Live from the CSI Softball Complex on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into coverage of East Coast Conference softball, streaming exclusively on Flow College. And their second conference doubleheader of the 2026 season, the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Molloy University Lions. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nicholas Pavona, and this is the McDonald's pregame show. McDonald's, our scoreboard sponsor here at the College of Staten Island. They bring you pregame coverage ahead of every CSI Dolphins home game. And for this Dolphins team, they are coming off a doubleheader sweep against Queens over the weekend to open up their conference schedule this season. Molloy will be playing their first conference games today, but they were just in action 48 hours ago for a doubleheader against Wilmington, games which they lost 6-4 and 4-1. We'll talk more about the doubleheader for the Dolphins and the Lions in a few short moments as the national anthem is about to be played here at the CSI Softball Complex. We'll be right back. Nicholas Pavona rejoining you from the CSI Softball Complex as we are just moments away from first pitch between the Dolphins and the Lions. As I mentioned before, we went to our last commercial break. The Lions playing their first conference doubleheader of the season. For the Dolphins, this will be their second conference doubleheader of this year. They are coming off a sweep, as I mentioned already, over the Knights of Queens College this past weekend. You look at that recap of those two games quickly before we have first pitch here today. The Dolphins and the Knights each with 6 hits in game number 1. Kennedy Ruth, who is getting the start here in game 1 of this doubleheader between the Dolphins and the Lions, did get the complete game victory in that game 1 win. The winning run for the Dolphins was scored on a stolen base followed by an error behind the plate. Maybe the second run Madeline Paul would score in the game, the first coming off of a wild pitch as well. And then in that bottom of the 7th inning, the Knights would have runners at second and third, a chance to walk it off. But Kennedy Ruth would strand the tying and winning run on base to hold a Dolphin lead and hold on for a Game 1 victory. In game number 2, Marina Grenier, complete game shutout, 6 hits, 1 walk, and just 1 strikeout. The Dolphins offense adding 10 hits, 1 run in the 6th, 1 run in the 7th. We'll mention more about that game in just a few short moments, but we are about to be underway from the CSI Softball Complex. As I mentioned, Kennedy Ruth will be in the circle today for the Dolphins. The first batter she will face will be number 10, Mace Savage, who gets to start at second base today. Kennedy Ruth's first pitch of the day is in there for a called strike, and we are underway. Give you the numbers on Kennedy Ruth this season in just a moment. After this next upcoming pitch, we'll also give you the numbers on Mace Savage, who's had a nice start to the 2026 campaign. She drills that one right towards short. The throw over to first base is in time, and it just takes 2 pitches for Kennedy Ruth to record the first out of this game. So for Kennedy Ruth on the season, this will be her 9th appearance of the year. Her 8th start. She has 6 complete games in 51 1/3 innings pitched, 79 hits, 58 runs, 52 earned, 32 walks, 28 strikeouts. Here's a quick out number 1 off that ground ball to short. That's the first pitch in there for a ball, 1-0 the count to Emily McGurk. McGurk getting the start over at third base today. The 1-0. That one hit over and past the diving Molly into right center field for a base hit. It's a 1-out single off the bat of Emily McGurk, and she is on first base safely. That's certainly a capable runner over at first base. McGurk on the year, 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts. Stevie DeBatty now will come up to the plate. She will be in the circle today, batting third in this lineup. She takes a first pitch strike for a count of 0-1. We have seen DeBatty over the years pitch against this Dolphins team as well as hit. She's hitting just .217 on the season. Looking to help her own cause here early in this game. As that one's high, misses for a ball, 1-1 the count. For the Dolphins, defensive alignment will go first to third. Taryn Judson at first, Molly over at second. At shortstop is Carey. Over at third base is Gianna Lopez. In the outfield from left to right, as that one is hit in towards second base, Molly makes the play. quickly 2 gone in the inning. For the Dolphins in the outfield, it is Bourne in left, Mendoza in center, Abby Morris out in right field. Now 2 gone here in the inning, and it's Megan Wagle now up to the plate. In the cleanup spot today for the Lions, starting in center field. Takes that first pitch low for a ball, count 1-0. Also mentioned Madeline Paul behind the plate for the Dolphins, getting the usual start. She's usually the Dolphins starting catcher when Kennedy Ruth gets the circle. Count 1-0 here to Wagle. That one in on the inside, count now 2-0. Have not seen McGurk made a movement towards second base just yet. 2-0. That breaking ball in there for a strike. Count now goes to 2-1. Count now 2-1. Ruth gets the sign, throws to the pitch. And it's high and outside for ball 3. Count now 3-1. When you look at the numbers for Kennedy Ruth this season, the one thing that is definitely has been troubling has been the walk issues that she's been allowed. In danger of a walk, another batter right here and extending the inning for the Lions. 3-1. And that one in there for ball 4. So Wagle works the walk and extends the inning. Lions now have first and second, 2 gone still. A great opportunity right here for Gwen Woodson. Designated player in this game today. Has 10 RBIs in the season, looking to add to her RBI tally here. Takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a ball, 1-0 the count. Early start here at the softball complex. Just a few minutes ahead of the original 3 o'clock start. So that one's in there for a strike now, 1-1. It'd be a doubleheader for us here at CSI Sportsnet today. Not only this game here at the softball complex, but over at Clover Stadium. The Dolphins wrap up their 4-game series with the Spartans of St. Thomas Aquinas. As that one ripped down the first base line, but just goes foul. That was almost a bases clearing double right there. Just went foul for Woodson, and the count now goes to 1-2. The game over at Clover Stadium will be called by my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman. He is currently on his way to Clover. Should arrive before first pitch. That game scheduled for 4 p.m. The 1-2 now from Ruth. That one just fouled behind the plate. A little bit of a breaking ball right there. Woodson had to wait on it just a bit. Just made contact with it to extend the at-bat. Still remains a 1-2 count. 1-2 from Ruth. That one hit into right center. That one could be trouble. That one finds into the gap. That will at least bring home 1 run. Here comes the second run. That will score as well. It's a 2 RBI double off the bat of Gwen Woodson, and it's an early 2-0 lead for the Lions. Well, earlier in the at-bat, Woodson hit one down the right field line, just going foul. It's the chance of a 2 RBI double right there. Just a few pitches later, does get the 2 RBI double. As the Lions extend this 2-out rally, they now lead this game 2-0. First pitch in there for a strike, count goes to 0-1. Ava Ciccinelli at the plate. The 0-1. On the outside, 1-1. Molloy, if you look at the numbers, has had a really strong year in terms of the batting this season. The 1-1. In on the inside, count goes to 1-2. Lions as a team are hitting 278 on the season. And that one's ripped into left center field. That one will fall in for another base hit. Woodson around third. She will score on the RBI single. Big RBI single right there for the Lions. They now go up 3-0. Eva Ciccinelli delivers another 2-out base hit. How about this start to this game for this Molloy Lions team? All this damage being done with 2 outs in the inning. There was a runner at first with 2 gone. It was a walk issued to Wagle. Woodson with a 2 RBI double. Ciccinelli now with an RBI double. And now Mariah Cepeda now will come up to the plate. Kenny Root trying to find that final out of the inning and trying to limit this damage for CSI. That first pitch in there for a strike, count goes to 0-1. Unofficially, Ruth has thrown already 21 pitches here in this first inning. 0-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner, 1-1 the count. It's now a 1-1 count here for Ruth. In on the inside, foul down the third base line. Count goes to 1-2. Keep in mind on that Woodson at bat as well. Ruth was a strike away from getting out of the inning. Woodson able to deliver the first RBIs of this game. Ciccinelli would follow right after. The count 1-2. Low in the dirt, throw to second base in time. And I should have said turf, Steph. I said dirt on that play, but it's a nice strong throw from Madeline Paul over to second base, and that will retire the side. But not before the Lions bring home 3 runs here in the top half of the first inning. Dolphins coming back for the first time today as they trail this game 3-0. Presley Moore will lead off here in the home first inning. The Dolphins now trail this game 3-0. Nice start to this game for Molloy as Bourne hits the first pitch right back towards the circle, and DeBatty will throw over to first base in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Could ask for a better start to this game for DeBatty. Has a 3-run lead already. And gets a first pitch out to start the home first. As Gianna Lopez now comes up to the plate. That first pitch in the turf this time for a ball count 1-0. My instincts got the better of me on that last half inning. Still getting used to this turf field here at the CSI softball complex. That one drilled right off of DeBatty's leg. She is in some discomfort. Throw over to first base will not be made. Lopez reaches safely, but the cause for concern right now is towards the circle. Looks like DeBatty is okay, but that was a rocket shot right back off of her. It looked like her right or left leg. Dolphins do get a runner now on first base, and 1 gone in the inning. Olivia Warner now comes up to the plate. We've spoken about Warner's numbers on the season. A great start for her. She takes that first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Give you the numbers on Stevie DeBatty on the season. This will be her 4th start of the year, her 12th appearance. In 36 innings pitched, has allowed 51 hits, 41 runs, 32 earned. That one in there for a strike, now count 1-1. 26 walks, 9 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .347 against her. Lions have had issues this season in terms of giving up walks. That breaking ball hit down into left field, but in the right place at the right time was the left fielder Ciccinelli. It's allowed out number 2. That was a breaking ball right there, it looked like, and Warner looks like just missed it. That one drilled right to Ciccinelli out in left field. And now quickly 2 gone from Madeline Paul. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. The 0-1. In on the inside. Count now goes to 1-1. It's a 1-1 count now here for DeBatty. Her 1-1 pitch on the outside. Count now goes to 2-1. If you look at the recent history between the Dolphins and the Lions, Molloy's had the better of CSI. Dolphins are 3-18 against the Lions in the Division II era. The most recent meeting between these two teams, of course, was last season. It was a doubleheader split. As that one hits Paul on the inside. And the inning now will extend for CSI with 2 gone. Now I'll bring up Bridget Molloy. In 8 of the 14 meetings between these two teams, the Dolphins have scored 2 runs or less. So trying to break that trend here today. And all 3 of the wins for the Dolphins have come here at the CSI Softball Complex. It's that first pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. A great chance here for Molloy. She now represents the tying run at the plate. The count goes to 0-1. And on the inside, 1-1 the count. That one drilled down the right field line, foul. DeBatty trying to get out of this inning here. She has now a 1-2 count. Is a strike away from escaping this jam right here. Almost a similar situation that we had here in the top of the first inning. The 1-2. Breaking ball, check swing. Did Molloy go? She did. And that will retire the side. DeBatty does get the punch out and strands 2 Dolphins on base as we head to the top of the second inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. Lions lead this one 3-0. Ryan Cepeda will lead off here in the top half of the second inning. Lions lead this game 3-0. We saw Cepeda back in the top half of the first inning bad. But her at bat was prolonged to the second inning after a caught stealing. Ended that top half of the first inning. First pitch was fouled back behind the plate. No flinching here whatsoever. Count goes to 0-1. That one misses high for a ball. Now count 1-1. The 1-1. That one hit foul behind the plate. Count goes to 1-2. It'll be 7-8-9 up here in the inning for the Lions. Cepeda, Kissinger, and Montgomery. That one hit over towards short. Carey is there, throws it onto first base in time, and there is one away. Same way the Dolphins start at the top half of the first inning. A ground ball to short, getting the first out of the inning. Now bring up Casey Kissinger now with one gone. Kissinger also getting the start over at short today. 3:08 on the season. Takes that first pitch on the inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. He's also a very capable runner as well for this Lions team. She's 6 for 6 on the season in stolen base attempts. The 1-0. Low for a ball. Count now goes to 2-0. The 2-0 count out here for Ruth. The 2-0. That one in there for a strike, now 2-1. Ruth gets the sign. She'll deliver here in a moment. 2-1. The breaking ball hit high in the infield. Carey is there, blocks off the sun, makes the play, and there's now two gone. Going to be very interesting to see how these fielders contend with the sun today. A gorgeous day on the final day of March. Not ask for any better weather to end the month. This is Montgomery now up here with two gone in the inning. She gets to start in right field. Takes that first pitch for a ball, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 on the outside, 2-0. Well, Montgomery was able to extend the inning. It would be back to the top of the lineup for the Lions. If you're Ruth, trying to avoid that in this spot right here. The 2-0. Misses on the outside, 3-0 now the count. So Ruth in danger of walking the number 9 hitter and setting it back to the top of the lineup. The infield remains in for the Dolphins. Here comes the 3-0. No green light given there. 3-1 now the count. It's now a 3-1 count here for Ruth. Her 3-1 delivery. It fouled down the left field line. The count now goes to 3-2. So after falling behind 3-0, Ruth now a strike away from a 1-2-3 second inning. Now a full count here. Here comes the 3-2 from Ruth. That one just misses high for ball 4. And Montgomery will extend the inning with a 2-out walk. As we go now back to the top of the line for the Lions, it's May Savage at the plate. Right out of her shortstop, her first time around. So the Lions getting all 3 of their runs with 2 outs back in the first inning. Looking for some more 2-out magic here. That first pitch misses high for a ball, 1-0 the count. Montgomery on the year 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. So certainly could be a capable runner. The 1-0. In on the inside, foul. Anyone make a play? I mean, that was clearly a play for Pat right there. I am surprised he did not catch that. Some miscommunication, it seems, behind the fence as the count now is 1-1. That one in on the inside, count goes to 1-2. So with just me and Steph here behind the plate, I'll have to make the catch if it gets anywhere near us. The 1-2. That one drilled down the left field line, but foul. Ruth once again a strike away from being out of the inning. There goes the runner, and the hit and run works to perfection. It's in the right center for a base hit. Going from first to third is Montgomery. May Savage is on with a 2-out base knock. And the Lions now have first and third, and a chance to bring home some more runs. Emily McGurk now comes up to the plate. McGurk got a base hit her first time around. Lions have a chance to once again bring home some runs with 2 gone in the inning. That one chopped over to third. Lopez there, throws it on to Judson in time, and that will retire the side. The Lions straining 2 runners on base here in the top half of the second. We head to the home second inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. Lions lead this one 3-0. Abby Morris lead off here in the home second. Dolphins trail this game 3-0. Lions threatening to get more runs back in the top half of the inning. Kennedy Ruth able to escape the danger. CV Dabity now back in the circle. First pitch thrown for a ball, 1-0 the count. The Dolphins in this inning. Misses for a ball. Count now goes to 2-0. It is Morris, Judson, and Mendoza. Dolphins had a chance to get some runs back in the home first. Chopped over towards second. Savage throws it on to first base in time. There's quickly 1 gone. Taryn Judson now comes up with 1 gone in the inning. Judson again to start over at first base. That first pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2. Dabney throwing that pitch on the outside. Looked like it had some movement towards the outside corner. For a quick punch out here. The 0-2. That breaking ball misses high for a ball 1-2 now the count. High arcing breaking ball, that one. Here comes the 1-2. This is on the outside, 2-2. In on the inside, Judson having to back out of the way. And from 0-2 to now 3-2 is the count. Full count now, 3-2. And it misses on the outside for ball 4. So Judson was down 0-2 in the count. And Dabney misses with 4 straight. Miley Mendoza now will come up. The runner on first and 1 gone. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Dabney has had some issues this season in terms of walks. That's certainly one you don't want to have back after being up in the count 0-2. She misses high and outside with that one. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1. That one drilled over to a short, hit off the shortstop, and that will allow both base runners to advance. Mendoza is on with a 1-out single. The Dolphins now have first and second, still 1 out. And once again, we'll bring the tying run to the plate. That one was drilled off of Kissinger's leg. Really no chance for her to make the play, as the Dolphins will get a pinch runner over at second base. Pitch running over at second is Jalen Martinez. She pitch runs for Judson. At the plate now for the Dolphins is Kaylee Carey, and she hits that one into right field for a base hit. She just reaches first, just in the nick of time, as that one was almost made in the play on right field. The Dolphins now have bases loaded, still 1 out of the inning, and it's back to the top of the lineup. First pitch swinging right there. Kaylee Karen, you'll see how close it was of a play over at first base. Hit that one over the glove. You see at the very tail end was able to reach first base safely. It's back to the top of the Dolphin lineup. And a chance here now for Presley Bourne. Still just 1 out of the inning. Dolphins trying to cut into an early deficit here. She hits that one towards short. They'll throw it towards the plate. They get the out there. And there will be no throw anywhere else. So they do get the 6-2 force out at the plate. And there's now 2 gone in the inning. It'll be up to Gianna Lopez now with 2 gone. This is a spot where you're the Dolphins. You want to at least bring home a run. Less than 1 out of the inning. You have the bases loaded. First pitch swing against Lopez. Hits that one foul. Count goes to 0-1. They get bad here for both sides, as that one drilled foul down the left field line. Dabney throwing a off-speed pitch on the inside. But Lopez turned that one foul, but she's quickly now in a 2-strike count. The 0-2. On the outside, 1-2. Peta trying her best to get a strike 3 call right there. To no avail. It's now a 1-2 count. And once again hit foul, this time down the first baseline. Another off-speed pitch right there. That was a defensive cut right there by Lopez, just getting a piece of it and extending this at bat. Remains 1-2. High and outside now, 2-2. Well, we've already seen this inning Dabney with an 0-2 count walk a batter. She now has an even count of 2-2. And on the inside, it stays in fair territory, and that one will be caught down the first base line. That one caught by Millman, and that will end this home second inning. The Dolphins will strand the bases loaded here in the home second. We head to the top of the third. Lions still lead this one 3-0. Stevie Dabney will lead off here the top half of the third inning. Her team leads this one 3-0. She was able to escape a bases-loaded one-out jam. And the home second, and she drills that one to third, but a nice scoop over at third base by Lopez. And throws it in time to first base. One pitch, one out to start the top of the third. That one was not an easy play over at third base for Lopez. Gave the turn to the old hot corner over at third. As Megan Wago now come up with one gone. Now time is being called. I believe it's about Judson re-entering the game. Or maybe not. Are they saying she's safe? So Jalen Martinez is re-entering the game at first. So I'm being told that there was no communication of Judson re-entering the game over at first base. Wow, you don't see that very often. So because there was no communication of Judson re-entering, Dabney now will reach first base safely, so there's still nobody out in the inning. That is an unusual occurrence. That probably is the first time I've ever seen that. Now, how do you score that is the other issue. As that one drilled on a left field line foul. I guess that goes down as a fielder's choice, but I'm not entirely sure. It was a clear out at first base. But because of the miscommunication, Judson technically was not in the game when the play was made. Well, now a runner on first base for the Lions. The count is 0-1. And now make it 1-1. Again, Wagle, as I mentioned, is at the plate. Yeah, I'm just not sure how you would score that. That might be the first time I've seen a team not communicate that a player was re-entering the game. It's now a 2-1 count for Wagle. It's that one down the left field line. Is it a fair ball? It is not. It just rolls foul. The count goes to 2-2. Wagle mere inches away from an extra base hit right there. Now finds herself in a 2-2 count. The 2-2. Breaking ball hit down the right field line. Long run for Bourne. And that one falls. It is a fair ball. Both runners will reach their respective bases. It looked like miscommunication as well. This time for Molloy and Bourne down the right field line. And the Lions now will have first and second. Still nobody out. A very unusual inning so far for CSI. Looked like they had the first out of the inning easily. That one hit down the left field line, but foul. Count 0-1. Gwen Woodson at the plate here, responsible for the first 2 runs of this game. A 2 RBI double back in the top of the first inning. Has a chance to once again do it here. With first and second, nobody out. Just a quick 0-1 count here. The 0-1. Blooper towards short. They make the play at short. Throw to second in time. So Dabney, I'm not sure what she was thinking on that play. It's a 6-4 double play turned on the pop-up. And just like that, there's now 2 gone in the inning. This might be one of the weirder innings we've had here at softball. Hit that one down the first base line. That one goes foul. Eva Ciccinelli at the plate. An RBI single her first time around. You'll see Dabney here on the play. He goes halfway. Yeah, I'm just not sure what she was trying to do on that one. Well, the Dolphins, after not communicating that defensive alignment, as that one blooped into right. It is caught by Molloy, or excuse me, that one caught in right field by number 20, Abby Morris, and that will retire the side. A very unusual third inning here at the CSI softball complex, but the Dolphins or the Lions, I should say, straight a runner over at first base. We head to the home third. Lions lead this one 3-0. We are back for the home third inning here at the CSI softball complex. Lions lead this game still 3-0. As the Dolphins will have Olivia Warner lead it off here in the home third. It's Warner, Paul, Molloy, 3, 4, and 5 for CSI. After a very unusual top of the third. First pitch inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. C.B. Dabney back in the circle was the center of the controversy in that top of the inning. That one chopped right off of her glove. Will be a tough play to first base. Not in time. Warner just reaches first base safely, and she has an infield single to start the home third. That one hitting just off of the glove of Dabney right there. And it slowed it towards second base. Kessinger trying to make a quick throw to first. And it looks like Warner just beat it in time. Question is was that the right call? Let's see one more time. That was indeed the right call. Always have to check sometimes. The 1-0. And on the inside now, 2-0. As I mentioned, Dabney in that top of the inning grounded out the short. But because of the Dolphins not communicating the re-entry of Taryn Judson over at first base, Dabney was awarded first base. Then got over to second base as we'll now have a conference in the circle. It's now a 3-0 count here for Paul. So after reaching second base, Dabney then was caught in a pickle over at second. A pop up to short. Carey made the catch and then threw it over to Molloy at second for a 6-4 double play. Then we would see a fly ball out into right field to end that last inning. For Ruth, she was in a first and second nobody out jam, was able to escape it. Now for Dabney, she's in a potential jam right here. The leadoff single to Warner. A 3-0 count now here to Paul. And now she walks her on 4 straight. Dolphins will bring the tying run to the plate once again in Bridget Motley as they have first and second nobody out. Well, back in the second inning, the Dolphins had bases loaded and 1 out. Were not able to bring home a run. Looking to capitalize on this moment here with nobody out. As Allen misses on the inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Dabney now has missed for 5 straight. Correction, that was called a strike. Not to see the umpire signal it, but count is 0-1. In the turf for a ball, both runners will advance a base. And the Dolphins now have 2 runners in scoring position. So a base hit here for Molloy could bring home 2. And cut the line lead to 1. The infield does remain in for Molloy here. Trying to preserve this 3-run lead, the 2-0. It is bunted towards the circle. They throw it over to first base, and they get the out in time. So Molloy lays down the bunt, trying to fool the Lions defense, but to no avail. And there is 1 gone in the inning. And I was initially correct. That one, first pitch was a ball, so it was 2-0 in the count. And I think that's the only thing I have a problem with in that last sequence. Dabney had missed with 6 in a row. Count's now 1-0 here to Abby Morris, and now make it 2-0. And on 2-0, Molloy would lay down the bunt. Almost reached first base safely. As Morris hits that one to right, but that one gets past the right fielder, and that's going to knock it for a base hit. That will bring home 2 runs for the Dolphins. As Morris is into second base safely, the Dolphins cut this lead now to 1. It's 3-2 Molloy. I want a really tough play out in right field. We're going to look at it right there. And that one will go down as an RBI double. It took a tough bounce right in front of the right fielder. Montgomery tried her best to scoop it, but as the ball took a bounce, it hit off of her glove. As that one is a wild pitch, throw over to third base. It will not be in time. And the tying run now moves over to third. So a chance for Taryn Judson here with a fly ball into the outfield. She can tie this game at 3. The 1-0. Chopper over towards second and into center field. That will be an RBI single for Judson. And we are all knotted up at 3 apiece. It looked like that one hit off the glove of Dabney as well. But Judson hit it in the perfect spot. A slow chopper into second and into center field for an RBI single. We are tied at 3 apiece. Mylene Mendoza now takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0 the count. The 1-0. That one drilled left center field. That one finds the gap. It takes a one bounce off the fence. Judson rounds second, heads to third. She's rounding third, heads towards the plate, and she is thrown out at the plate. Mendoza will reach third base safely, but a good defensive alignment right there in relay for the Lions keeps this game tied as there's now 2 gone in the inning. Mendoza drilled that one into the gap. Almost got herself an RBI double. But a perfect job of the relay and a great throw over at short by Kissinger. Got that out there. And it's a tough second out right there for CSI. It's a 9-6-2 putout at the plate. Seven, 6-2. Meanwhile, we're going to have a pitching change here for the Lions. Ava Ciccinelli will take the circle here. We'll take a quick break here in CSI Sportsnet. We'll give you the numbers in Ciccinelli on the season. It's a brand new ball game. It is 3-3. Dolphins have a runner on third base. 2 gone in the inning. As I mentioned before, break Ava Ciccinelli now in the circle for the Lions. Her first pitch in there for a strike. She'll face Kaylee Carey with a runner on third and 2 gone in the inning. A tie game with 3 apiece. Ciccinelli, this will be her first relief appearance as Carey hits that one down the right field line, and it is May Savage, the second baseman, that makes the play, and that will retire the side. Dolphins do strand a runner here in the home third, but not before they bring home 3 runs here in the bottom half of the third inning. We head to the top of the fourth inning with a brand new ball game. It is a 3-3 tie between the Lions and the Dolphins. We are back for the top of the fourth inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. It is a 3-3 tie between the Dolphins and the Lions, and I do want to make a correction from the last half inning. Ava Ziccinelli was in left field. She's now in the circle. Moving over from the circle to left field is Stevie Dabity. Here's another inning for Kennedy Ruth here in the fourth. She now has a tie game here. It's a brand new life for CSI as that first pitch is in the turf for a ball, 1-0 the count. Cepeda, Kissinger, and Montgomery due up here for Molloy in the fourth inning, the bottom half of their order. The 1-0. On the outside, 2-0. The 2-0. Drilled in the left field line, foul. New head coach Dana Russo having to watch out over at third base. That one in on the inside for Cepeda. Able to turn on it, but well down the left field line, foul. And the count now goes to 2-1. The 2-1. A foul toward the Dolphin dugout, 2-2. Not sure if that's picking up or not. Hopefully not. Count now even at 2-2. Well high. Hits off the netting behind the plate, 3-2. Communicating with Joe Foreman, who, as I mentioned, is at Clover Stadium today, out in Sparkill. Dolphins and the Spartans of St. Thomas Aquinas about to conclude their 4-game series from this weekend. Another high pop-up in the infield, and it is caught by Ruth, and there is one gone. That series with the Spartans started on Thursday. Joe and I were on the call for that one. The next 2 games would be on Sunday. Dolphins fell in both of those games to look for a split of the series. Yeah, their matchup with the Spartans just a few short moments. That game scheduled for a 4 p.m. first pitch as Kissinger showing bunt and Ruth missed way outside. They gave the old my bad on that one. Count goes to 1-0. The 1-0. Again, one misses high for a ball, 2-0 the count. Last 2 for Ruth have missed widely. Looking to get back in the count here on 2-0. The 2-0. This is high and outside, 3-0 now the count for Kissinger. Kissinger 0 for 1 at the plate so far. Has a chance to work a walk right here up in the count, 3-0. The 3-0 shows bunt, and we'll get the 4-pitch walk. Dolphin contingent certainly did not think that one was a ball, but it is a 4-pitch walk issued to Casey Kissinger. Now Alexis Montgomery now is at the plate. We'll see if she shows bunt here with 1 gone. Dolphins certainly expecting it. They move Morris from right field into the infield. So no one is patrolling right field right now for CSI. Montgomery is able to get something into right field. That would certainly bring home Kissinger over for first base. 5 infielders in for CSI on this play. Here comes the 1-0. Drilled over to third. That one off the glove of Lopez in the left for a base hit. They will hold the runner over at second base. Alexis Montgomery going opposite field hitting. As the Lions now go back to the top of the lineup with first and second, and just 1 out here in this top of the fourth. May Savage with a huge chance right here. She is 1 for 2 on the day, singled her last time up. A chance to get the Lions back the lead right here. First pitch from Ruth. In on the inside, down the left field line. That one is foul by mere inches. Savage was close to getting an RBI double, 2 RBI double down the left field line. That one just missed. Another inside pitch we've seen today from Ruth. Let's see if she goes back to it here. The count goes to 0-1. Breaking ball hit towards short. Carey flips it to second. They get the out there. They'll hold Savage over at first base. So they get the force out over at second, 6-4 there, and it's now 2 gone the inning. So Emily McGurk now comes up, 2 gone. A huge chance here to give the Lions back the lead. First pitch misses high for a ball, 1-0 the count. McGurk already on the day, 1 for 2. That hit coming back in the first inning. We're coming around to score the first run of this game. The 1-0. In the turf, blocked by Paul, and they will throw the cutoff to second base. So moving over to second is Savage. It was cut off by Molloy, and the count now goes to 2-0 as now first base is unoccupied. So we'll see if maybe they try to walk the batter here to load the bases, get the force out at any base. It's now a 2-0 count. In on the inside for a strike, 2-1. You've seen Kennedy Ruth the last couple of innings able to escape danger. Trying to do it once again here. Still behind the count, 2-1. That one hit, blooper to left, and that one is caught out in left field. A great job of playing. That one was bored, and that will retire the side. The Lions strand 2 runners on base here in the top half of the 4th inning. Dolphins coming to bat here in the home 4th, with this game knotted up at 3 apiece. And we are back for the home 4th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. It is still a 3-3 game here between the Dolphins and the Lions in their first game of today's East Coast Conference doubleheader. That one hit a dribble towards short. Kissinger on to first base. They just get the out in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now, I am noticing right now we do have the red triangle of doom, I like to call it. We'll see if that one sticks. There is a little bit of a nice crowd here today on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon. But with the crowd in attendance, we might have to switch our settings as that one is lined to second. How about that start of the inning for Ziccinelli? 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the home 4th. If we have to, worst case scenario, we will have to pause the stream for a second, and Ziccinelli will have a 3-pitch inning. How about that? 3 pitches, 3 outs. It's a quick home 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. This game's still knotted up at 3 apiece. Top half of the 5th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. Still a 3-3 game between the Dolphins and the Lions. And Kenny Ruth, after escaping the danger in the 4th inning, had to quickly come back out to the circle. Ava Ziccinelli getting a 3-pitch bottom of the 4th inning. 3 pitches, 3 outs to retire the side. It's hiring the minimum. That one in the turf for a ball, 1-1 the count. For the Lions in this inning, they will send up 3, 4, and 5. Dabity, Wagle, and Woodsit. 1-1. That one drilled into right. Moving in is Morris. And there is one gone here in the top of the 5th. Well, as I mentioned, for the moment in that last half inning, we did have a red triangle pop up on production truck. It's that one drilled in the left field. That one's going to go down, and it will go over the fence for a ground rule double. Megan Wagle goes first pitch swinging. That might be the first ground rule double we've seen here at the softball complex. But she has herself another extra base hit in this game. A chance now for Gwen Woodsit, who had a 2 RBI double her first time around, to give Molloy back the lead. As she hits that one into left, and it is off the glove and into left field. That will knock down. Moving over to third base will be Wagle. Moving over to second on that play is going to be Woodsit. That one more than likely will go down as an E7 on the play. A costly error right there for the Dolphins. And now the Lions will have second and third, still just 1 out in the inning. Look on that play. Bourne had to hit off of her glove. It might have hit off of her hat too. And then it just dribbled down the left field line. Melina Ogando will now pitch run over at second base. The go-ahead run is represented over at third. That being Wagle. Ava Ziccinelli, the new pitcher for the Lions now, has a chance to help her own cause. She scored the last run for this Lions team back in the first inning. It's that one a mile high. Down the left field line, fair ball. Caught by Carey, and they will not test the throw from left field from Carey on that play. Wago gave that one a half-hearted attempt, but she was not going to be able to advance on that play. And a huge second out recorded right there for CSI. 3 Dolphins converging on that play. Lopez, Bourne, and Carey. Carey made the play. As Skylar Secondino will now have an opportunity, a pinch hit chance. 2 gone, still second and third. Secondino now with a great opportunity here. Can she make the most of it here? First pitch from Ruth. In there for a strike, 0-1. Well, I mentioned in the last inning for Kennedy Ruth back in the 4th. She's been able to get out of a lot of jams so far in this game since that first inning. Got herself into another jam here in the 5th, but is 1 out away from escaping it. The 0-1. On the outside corner, 0-2. Ruth now a strike away from getting out of the jam. Curious to see, maybe she goes something on the inside. They've gone back-to-back on the outside corner. Here comes the 0-2. They do go inside, and it's fouled behind the plate. Yeah, you had to think after back-to-back pitches on the outside corner, they would go on the inside. It's still an 0-2 count. Secondino looking to make the most of this chance here, the 0-2. In the turf, and a good stop right there by Madeline Paul behind the plate. Well, it looks like we're still having bandwidth issues, so we'll more than likely have to stop the stream and restart it in just a few short moments after this half inning. The 1-2. Down the left field line, and into left field for an extra base hit. That will bring home both runs for the Lions. Secondino's over to second base with a 2 RBI double, and Molloy regains the lead. It is 5-3. Skylar Secondino with a pinch hit 2 RBI double. Gets the most of the opportunity right there to give Molloy back the lead. Took a look once again at our bandwidth. We will certainly have to stop and resume the stream after this next half inning. Should be a brief pause here from us here at CSI Sportsnet. As I mentioned, with a larger crowd looming here, a lot of people now using the Wi-Fi. That unfortunately affects our broadcast. That one hit into foul territory, and Judson is not able to make the play. She had a great chance right there to end the inning, but it bounced right off of her glove, and that will extend the inning still. Count now 0-2. Casey Kissinger is at the plate. Going to make the Dolphins pay for that last play right there. Drill down the third base line. Diving stop by Lopez. Throw on to first base in time. A great play by Gianna Lopez over at third base, and that will retire the side, but not before the Lions bring home 2 runs here in the top of the 5th. We'll head to the home 5th. Lions lead this game 5-3. We'll be right back, folks. We'll be stopping our stream momentarily and rejoining you in just a few short moments. All right, we are back here at the CSI Softball Complex. We do apologize for that brief delay. As I mentioned, we were having some connectivity issues before. Hopefully those issues are fixed now. It is still a 5-3 game. We have not missed anything so far here in this home 5th inning. It's a 2-2 count now here for Madeline Paul. As she hits that one towards short, Kissinger is there. She throws it on to first base in time. And there is one gone here in the home fifth. One 0 on the outside. Count now goes to 1-1. Get into right. And that one falls. It gets past the right fielder. And that one goes all the way to the fence. Molloy will go to second. She'll be in safely. And the Dolphins will have a runner in scoring position. The sun has certainly been a problem out in right field for Montgomery today. Yeah, you can even see it on the replay. She lost the ball in the sun, tried to shield it with her glove, and she just could not see where it fell. That will go down as a double right there for Molloy. Dolphins have a runner on second base, one gone. That one drilled foul. Abby Morris at the plate. In the turf once again, stopped nicely right there by Cepeda, and the count now is 1-1. Yeah, it looks like once again we're still having those bandwidth issues, so we might have to once again restart the stream after this half inning. We do apologize for that. As I mentioned, with a lot more people showing up to the game today, we are on the campus Wi-Fi because of that. A lot more people showing up. They are also on the campus Wi-Fi, as affecting our bandwidth issues here. So we'll have to once again restart the stream after this half inning. But for now, it's a 2-2 count here for Morris. Chopper towards the circle. The play is made by Cicinelli over to first base in time. Moving over to third base is Molloy. And there's now two gone in the inning. So we have the Taryn Judson now with two gone. Judson on the day 1-for-1 with an RBI single. That RBI single tied the game at 3. That one in the turf once again. Count goes to 1-0. Give a scoring update as well as at one point between the Spartans and the Dolphins. Game at Clover Stadium today as Judson takes that one for a ball 2-0. Score right now in the top of the first inning. It's an early 1-0 lead for Stack. Anthony DeMarco hitting a solo shot in that game. 2-0. In on the inside, half-hearted swing in there for a strike, 2-1. Thought for a second I might have a play on that one, but no avail on that, as the count now is even at 2. Yeah, those seconds are going out, but we will definitely have to pause after this half inning. Foul ball keeps the count at 2-2. Judson, we know, has the capability with one swing to tie the game. But she swings and misses on that one for strike 3, and that will retire the side. Dolphins strand a runner here in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Lions lead this game 5-3. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, we are back here for the top of the 6th inning. It's a 5-3 lead still for Molloy. As the count now is 2-0 here. At the plate for the Lions is Alexis Montgomery. Again, we do apologize for those connectivity issues. We're hoping that this will be the last time we have to fix those issues. It's a 2-0 count here for Kennedy Ruth. 2-0. Fouled on the left field line, 2-1. Nine, 1-2 up in the inning here for Molloy. Montgomery, Savage, and McGurk. 2-1. On the outside, 3-1. Montgomery, her last time up. Able to get a base hit down the left field line. As she chops that one up the middle for a base hit. Montgomery reaches first base with a leadoff single. Back to the top of the line, but it's May Savage. First pitch. This is for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. The 1-0. On the outside now, 2-0. Now misses high for ball 3, and quick conference down the circle for Paul going towards Ruth. This now Savage is up in the count 3-0. I'm still trying to communicate in terms of fixing our resolution. We're still having issues right now with our bandwidth. I'll still try to see if I can fix that in between half innings. But we're now at 7:20:30. At that point, there's really not much else I can do at this point. I've already had to restart it twice, so hopefully we're able to get through this game and get into the next game. But for the time being, it's 3-0. Now it misses high for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk issued by Ruth to Savage. And it's first and second, still nobody out here for the Lions. And we'll see if maybe the Lions, or I should say the Dolphins, will they make a pitching change here? Looks like they are going to make a pitching change. And it looks like Emma Powell is going to come towards the circle. Maybe the new Dolphins pitcher in this game. She'll come in with it being first and second. Nobody out here for the Lions in the top of the 6th inning. They lead this game 5-3 as they look to keep their lead and attack for some more runs. All right, it appears that we are back here at the CSI Softball Complex, hopefully for the moment. But the Dolphins now have made this a one-run game once again. It is now a 5-4 lead for Molloy. quick play-by-play here in the sitting for the Dolphins. Eileen Mendoza with the base hit. She was then out at second base, caught stealing. Kaylee Carey then grounded out to short. It was a pinch hit spot for Julia Del Masto as Warner hits that one to short. Throw over to first base in time. That will retire the side. Del Masto singled to right field. She was then brought home on an RBI double from Gianna Lopez, who advanced to third on the throw towards the plate. Then, as I mentioned, Olivia Warner right there grounded out to end this half inning. But it is now a 5-4 lead for Molloy here in going into the seventh. They look for Sherman Insurance runs when we come back from this break. And we are back for the top of the seventh inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. 5-4 lead for Molloy now as they look for some insurance runs here in the top of the seventh. Once again, my name is Nicholas Pavona. I do apologize for the brief delay in that last half inning as we're having some connectivity issues here at CSI with us being on the CSI campus Wi-Fi. That one drilled in the left field, and that is a loud leadoff single off the bat of Megan Wagle. Lions now will have a runner over at first base to start the inning. But with us being on the campus Wi-Fi, great attendance here at the CSI Softball Complex. Everyone, unfortunately, also on the same Wi-Fi, so that led to some bandwidth issues. We're now currently working on a hotspot at this moment. Thank you to our statistician, Stephanie Smallridge, who was able to allow me to use that hotspot for what looks to be the remainder of today's doubleheader. Game one right now looking like could potentially come down to a thrilling conclusion. Lions will look to get some breathing room here. Emma Powell, we mentioned before as well, was the new Dolphin pitcher, was able to escape a jam in her first inning of work. Throws that one in the turf for a ball, 1-0 the count. Give an update in Sparkill as well when we have a moment. The 1-0. On the outside, 2-0. It's now a 3-1 lead for CSI. And I mentioned this in our broadcast on Thursday, but Jaden Waterman really loves to play at Clover Stadium. A home run last year against the Spartans, had a home run on Thursday night. He now has a 3-run homer today. CSI leads that game 3-1. They're in the bottom of the second inning. As once again, Powell misses on the outside corner. It's now a 3-0 count. Quick 3-0 count here for Powell. And they give her the green light. Powell makes the play over to second for one. Throw to first base. Not in time. So Woodson got the green light. Hit that one right back to the circle. And Powell almost made a big-time double play. Dolphins got one back in the last inning of work she was in. But they're only able to get the out over at second base for the first out of the inning. Inside pitch right there from Powell. Misses 1-0. The batter at the plate, Ava Ciccinelli. 2-2 on the outside for ball three. Again, I apologize once again. Our connectivity issues continue to reign here at CSI. We're off for a brief moment. Hopefully we're back in. That one hit foul down the right field line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the connection issues we've been having these last couple of innings, but we have a brand new ball game here once again. Mylin Mendoza had an RBI base hit. We are knotted up at 5. Dolphins with a chance to walk it off here. Kaylee Carey with second and third. 2 gone in the inning. Can she be the hero for CSI? The 0-1. Foul count goes to 0-2. Yeah, we're hoping to maybe get that last play, and unfortunately, the connection issues have just been wreaking havoc for me, unfortunately, here at the production desk. All right, Nicholas Bavona rejoining you here from the CSI Softball Complex. This game 1 is officially over. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch that last half inning, or the last batter of that last half inning, but it was a walk-off RBI single off the bat of Madeline Paul into right center field. The Dolphins come back from a 2-run deficit in the 7th. They walk it off in the 8th, 6-5 the final here in game number 1 of today's East Coast Conference doubleheader. Once again, we do apologize for the connectivity issues, but not much we can really do here at CSI with everyone on the campus Wi-Fi. We're currently running on a mobile hotspot at the moment, trying to get through today's coverage, and unfortunately, we were not able to catch that last batter to conclude Game 1. But it is the Dolphins winning Game 1. They now go to 3-0 in conference play. Live from the CSI Softball Complex at the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you to coverage of East Coast Conference doubleheader action between the Dolphins and the Lions. Molloy University, and Game 2 about to get underway here at the CSI Softball Complex. My name is Nicholas Bavona, and I'll be bringing you coverage of today's matchup. It was a thrilling Game 1 between the Dolphins and the Lions, and that first matchup. The Dolphins down by 3 runs heading into the top, or excuse me, 2 runs heading in to the bottom of the 7th inning. They were able to tie the game at 5 apiece, send the game into extra innings, and it would be a walk-off RBI base hit off the bat of Madeline Paul to give CSI a 6-5 win in 8 innings. They take Game 1. They are now off to a 3-0 start in conference play. Would like to make it 4-0 and sweep this doubleheader against the Lions, who are playing their first conference games of the season. Lions dropping Game 1 now, go to 0-1 in conference play, and a really tough one for Molloy. We're leading for the majority of that game. At one point, we're up 3-0. The Dolphins tied the game at 3 apiece. They then regained the lead on a 2-run base hit from Skylar Secondino. The Dolphins would chip away for a run in the 6th, a run in the 7th, and they were able to walk it off in the 8th inning and take Game 1 of this doubleheader. Here in Game 2 is Marina Grenier on the mound for the Dolphins. She's quickly in a 3-2 count now. And that 3-2 in there for a called strike 3. May Savage thought she had a walk, but Grenier gets the punch out, and there's one gone in the inning. Grenier with that punch out already matching her total from her matchup this past weekend against Queens. Only had 1 strikeout and a complete game shutout effort against Queens College. That was a first pitch strike right there to Emily McGurk. McGurk in Game 1 was 1 for 5 with a hit, as she's now quickly behind 0-2. Give you the stats on the season for Marina Grenier. This will be her 10th appearance, her 9th start. In 55 innings pitched, has allowed 68 hits, 36 runs, 32 earned, 18 walks, 42 strikeouts. As the count now goes to 1-2. ERA of 4.07 on the season, a 5-4 record, and has 7 complete games on the season, including that aforementioned CGSO, her last start. That one hit into foul territory, out of play. Remains 1-2. Dolphin defensive alignment in the field. You have Soleil Smith over at first base, Bridget Molly over at second, Gianna Lopez now at shortstop, Olivia Warner over at third. Behind the plate is Rose Joseph, as she catches that one high for a ball, now 2-2. From left to right, Mylene Mendoza, Julia Del Masto, and in right field, Abby Morris, as little bit of a breeze picking up here at the softball complex. 2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. It is back-to-back punch-outs to start this game for Marina Grenier, and there is now 2 gone.
Now batting number 9, Megan Wagle.
Megan Wagle now comes up with 2 gone. In game 1, Wagle with a really strong performance at the plate. She was 4 for 4. One of 2 players to go 4 for 4 in game number 1. Miley Mendoza also with a 4 for 4 performance. Takes that first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Was 4 for 4, also walked. Scored 2 runs in that game. The 1-0. Foul behind the plate, 1-1. Getting a look over in Sparkill. Dolphins were up 3-1 at one point as Grenier with a big strike right there as blowing right past Wagle and the swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. The Dolphins took a 3-1 lead after 2. Stacked then regained the lead 5-3 going into the 4th inning. The Dolphins would attack for 6 runs in the 4th. They now have a 9-5 lead heading into the top of the 5th inning. Another high-scoring affair for the CSI baseball team. They've been a team that has been able to hit with the best of them so far in the East Coast Conference. As Grenier now has fallen behind the count now. Full count, 3-2 here to Wagle. Full count, 3-2. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Grenier punches out the side in order, and that will do it here in the top half of the first. Lions go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Dolphins come to bat for the first time here in game number 2 between CSI and Molloy. And we are back for the home first inning here at the CSI softball complex. Dolphins coming to bat for the first time here in game number 2. It was a 1-2-3 top of the first inning for Marina Grenier, getting all 3 outs on strikeouts. As Skylar Secondino's first pitch of her outing is in there for a strike to Gianna Lopez. Count goes to 0-1. We saw Secondino, as I mentioned earlier on, get a pinch hit 2-run double to give Stack a 5-3 lead in game 1. She's in the circle here for game number 2. Her 12th appearance, her 9th start. A 52 2/3 of an inning, 61 hits, 41 runs, 38 earned, 28 walks, 13 strikeouts as Lopez drills that one foul down the left field line, 1-2. Secondino with a 5.05 ERA has 4 complete games on the season. That one drilled on the third base line, but just goes foul. Secondino will be batting in the cleanup spot today. She'll be leading off in the top of the second. Second straight game we see the Lions with their starting pitcher batting in this game. The 1-2. In the turf now, 2-2. Seth giving me a nod of approval for saying turf this time. Might have said dirt the first time. Might have said dirt the first time in game 1. Time was called as they were looking towards Mariah Cepeda. That one bouncing, might have ricocheted somewhere, but she is okay. Now the 2-2. Again, drilled foul and out of play, remains 2-2. Continuing to monitor the score out in Spark Hill at Clover Stadium between the Dolphins and the Spartans. That one goes on. 2-2. In the turf once again, 3-2. The 3-2. Hit into right, but it is caught right in the sun. The catch is made out in right field by Montgomery for the first out of the inning. Well, we saw the sun play a factor in game one. A couple of balls hit into right field. Award the Dolphins some extra bases. Montgomery, you see, or at least I could see, having the shades on, dealing with the sun, but was able to make that first play, to get the first out of this first inning. As Madeline Paul, the hero of game one, comes up to the plate. As an early 1-0 count. Gets the designated player spot here in game two. After starting behind the plate in game one, the count now is 2-0. On the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. The 2-1. That one hit into center, but playable enough out in center field for the catch. As that one made by Weigel for the second out. Olivia Warren now will come up. 2 gone in the inning. Skylar Secondino looking for a 1-2-3 bottom half of the first after Marina Grenier got a top of the first inning with a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch to Warner. Out into left. Got a long run in left field. And it's Ciccinelli that makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Both starting pitchers get a 1-2-3 first inning. We head to the top of the second inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. No score between the Lions and the Dolphins. Skylar Secondino will lead off here at the top half of the second inning. It is a scoreless ball game between the Dolphins and the Lions here. Secondino's first pitch hit a mile high into the outfield. But it is Del Masso that makes the catch. One pitch, one out to start the second inning.
Now batting, number 34, Stevie Dabadie.
Stevie Dabadie went out bad with one gone here in the second inning. Dabadie got the start in game one, but ran into some trouble after allowing 3 runs in the third inning. Was replaced by Ava Ciccinelli afterwards. Ciccinelli will pitch the remainder of that game. The 1-0. Dabadie hits that one into left, and the catch is made out in left field by Mendoza, and there's now 2 gone. After punching out the side to start the first inning, Grenier has just needed 3 pitches here in the second inning to get the first 2 outs. And I'll bring up now Gwen Woodson. Woodson had a 2-run double in the first inning, of game one. She foul tips that one. Count goes to 0-1. Woodset's 2-run double would be the only hit she had in game one. She was 1 for 5. The 0-1. Foul behind the plate, 0-2. Grenier looking for a lightning quick second here. Just her 6th pitch of the inning upcoming right now. 0-2. On the outside, 1-2. It's now a 1-2 count here for Woodset. That one blooped into left. Mendoza on the run makes the catch, and that will do it here in the top half of the second inning. It's a quick inning for Marina Grenier here in the second. We head to the home second. No score between the Dolphins and the Lions. Bridget Molloy will lead it off here in the home second for the Dolphins. It's a scoreless ball game between the Dolphins and the Lions here. In game 2 of this East Coast Conference doubleheader. Skylar Secondino's first pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. During this last half break, we have an update from Spark Hill. It's now a 9-8 CSI lead over the Spartans. Sack has rallied for 3 runs in the 5th inning after allowing 6 in the 4th. It's another high-scoring affair on CSI Sportsnet. Our broadcast partner Joe Foreman on the call for that one. 1-1 hit foul behind the plate now, 1-2. Game 1, Molly was 1 for 3. That one low, now 2-2. For the Dolphins in the inning, it'll be Molly, Morris, and Joseph. 4, 5, and 6 due up for CSI. 2-2. Once again, low in the turf. Now ball 3, full count. It's now a full count here. The 3-2. That one hit into right, but playable enough for Montgomery out in right field. And there's one away. Abby Morris comes up now with 1 gone here in the second. Morris, a big reason why the Dolphins were able to come back in game number 1. She was 2 for 4 with a big 2 RBI base hit. She hits that one foul down the right field line. A 2-run double to put the Dolphins within 1 run, 3-2 in the 3rd. They come around to score the Taryn Judson RBI single. The 0-1. This is high for a ball, 1-1. This is high and inside now, 2-1. It's now a tie game in Spark Hill, 9-9. 4-run inning for Stack. 2-1. On the outside corner, 2-2. Mentioned earlier, the Dolphins took game 1 of that 4-game series Spartans would then take the doubleheader on Sunday. That one hit down the third base line. The throw over from McGurk to first and is in time, and there's now 2 gone in the inning.
Now batting for the Dolphins, the catcher, number 44.
Lions, or I should say the Spartans, are still threatening in that 5th inning to get more runs and regain the lead. 2 gone here. At the plate is Rose Joseph, who gets to start behind the plate. You usually see that. Marina Greenier's in the circle. The 0-1. Hit foul behind the plate, 0-2. The 0-2. This is high and outside now, 1-2. The 1-2. That one hit into right, but it was not shallow enough to get into right field. It's caught by the second baseman, Savage, and that will do it for the home second inning. Dolphins will go down once again, 1-2-3 here in the home second. We head to the third. No score between Molloy and CSI. Back for the top of the third inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. No score between the Dolphins and the Lions. In Game 2 of today's East Coast Conference doubleheader. David Ciccinelli will lead it off here in the top of the third and takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a ball. 1-0 is the count. It'll be 70-9 up here in the inning for the Lions. Ciccinelli, Kissinger, and Montgomery. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss right there. Count even at 1. Ciccinelli got the first, I should say the third run of that first inning in Game 1 with an RBI single. She was 2 for 4 at the plate. Takes that pitch on the outside corner now, 1-2. Ciccinelli pitched 5 innings of relief as well in Game 1, but was credited with the loss after allowing the walk-off RBI single to Madeline Paul. The 1-2. Again on the outside now, 2-2. A foul behind the plate. Two. This is high and outside now, full count. First 6 batters for each side have been retired. Both teams looking for their first base runner of this game. The 3-2. And on the inside, foul once again. A good battle brewing right here between Ciccinelli and Greenier. Greenier with a very quick second inning. Struck out the side in the first inning. Then only needs 7 pitches back in the second. That one hit into right center. Long run for Del Masto, and she makes the diving catch. Julia Del Masto with an incredible diving catch out in right center field. And there is one away. Del Masto robbing extra bases right there from Ciccinelli. nice diving stop. Gets the Dolphins the first out of the third. Casey Kissinger now up at the plate. She hits that one into right field. And that one is caught out in right field by Abby Morris, and there's now 2 gone in the inning.
Now batting number 30.
So after a lengthy battle, it was a 1-pitch out right there to get Kissinger. And Alexis Montgomery now will come up with 2 gone in the inning. So after CSI put up 6 runs in the 4th, Stack has now added 6 runs in the 5th. They now have an 11-9 lead. Still just 2 outs on that top of the 5th inning. Count now is 2-0. Dolphins giving up those runs on an error over at short. That game started at 4 o'clock. They are about to hit the 2-hour mark. And they are just at the halfway point of that last game of that 4-game series. That last pitch in there for a strike. Now 2-1. 2-1. This is high, ball 3. Montgomery in game 1 was 2 for 2. And drilled that one. And how about that? I think that hit off of Coach Mark's foot. No flinching. All smiles over there at the Dolphin dugout. It's now a full count, 3-2. Hit towards third, hit off the glove of Warner, and it goes foul. The Lions contending that because it hit her glove, that it should be a fair ball. But the call on the field was foul. And this count remains full at 3-2. Another 3-2 here from Grenier. Again, drilled down the left field line, but foul. Second lengthy battle here in the inning for the Lions. Montgomery has made Grenier work in this at bat. Three-two. Misses high, ball 4. And Montgomery wins the battle right there. A nice at bat from Montgomery out of the 9 spot. And as the first base runner of this game, it's a 2-out walk, and it's back to the top of the line for the Lions. May Savage will now come up with 2 gone. Lions had a lot of success in game 1 with 2 outs. We're going to duplicate that here in game 2. Savage hit that one foul, 0-1 the count. The 0-1. That one hit foul behind the plate, now 0-2. Grenier gets Savage first time around, struck her out. It's a strike away from another strikeout right here. It's now recorded a punch out since striking out the side back in the first inning. The 0-2. That one hit into center. Another long run, but it's Morris or maybe Del Masto that will make the play. A little bit of confusion right there, but Del Masto makes the catch, and that will do it here in the top half of the third. Lions trying to runner here in the third inning. The Dolphins come to bat in the home third with no score. First pitch to Soleil Smith here in the bottom of the third inning is inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Still a scoreless ball game between the Dolphins and the Lions. Dino's pitch in there for a strike, now 1-1. The 1-1 on the outside now, 2-1. I mentioned going into that last break. It's now bottom of the fifth inning at Sparkill at Clover Stadium. Spartans now lead that game 11-9. They are already 2 hours into that game, going into the bottom of the fifth. They are so far in for a marathon in the final game of that 4-game series. 3-1 count here to Smith. Drills that one foul down the first base line. It's now full of 3-2. Bottom of the Dolphin order to lead it off here in this third inning. On the outside corner, strike 3. Skylar's second. Dino gets a punch out to start the third, and there is one gone.
Now batting for the Dolphins, playing left field, number 7.
First strikeout of the day for second Dino. Now bring up Mylene Mendoza. Mendoza with a big-time performance in Game 1 was 4 for 4. And would deliver the game-tying RBI double that would send the game into extra innings. Quickly down the count here, 0-1. Gets that one foul behind the plate, now 0-2. Dolphins looking for their first base runner of this game, the 0-2. On the outside now, 1-2. The 1-2. On the inside, down the left field line. Fair, it is gone! Mylene Mendoza with a solo home run down the left field line. And the Dolphins take a 1-0 lead. A 4 for 4 performance in Game 1. She's got her 5th hit of the day here. And that one just staying fair down the left field line and giving CSI a 1-0 lead. She has been swinging a red-hot bat for the Dolphins these last couple weeks. And that one showed it right there. First hit of this game. And the first run of this game as well. Dolphins lead it now 1-0. That one hit into center. Or maybe not center. Caught out at second base by Savage for the second out of the inning. I was looking towards Mendoza's stats on the season. That is her first home run, of course, on the year. Dolphins certainly happy that Mendoza hitting at the perfect time of the season with conference play just starting. It's a big part of the Dolphins' doubleheader win against Queens. A big part of their win in Game 1 against Molloy here. It's giving them an early lead here in Game 2. Back to the Dolphin top of the lineup. Gianna Lopez up. Quickly in the count, 2-0. Lopez hits this one into right. Montgomery will make the play. And that will do it here in the home third inning. But not before the Dolphins bring home a run here in the home third inning off the bat of Mylene Mendoza. Her first home run of the season gives CSI a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Back for the top of the fourth inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. It is a 1-0 lead for the Dolphins. Eileen Mendoza hitting her first home run of the season has now given Marina Grenier an early 1-0 lead here in the fourth. It's behind the count here, 1-0. Emily McGurk is the leadoff hitter. Is now up in the count, 2-0. It'll be McGurk, Wagle, and second Dino. 2, 3, and 4 up here for the Lions. Sparkill Dolphins are threatening. They have first and second, 1 out, down 2 runs. 2-0 here. Drill towards second. Right place, right time for Motley. And there is 1 away. Motley did not have to move an inch on that one. 1 gone here in the top of the fourth. Now bring up Megan Wagle. Wagle struck out her first time up. And she hits that one a mile high. That one into shallow center. As Del Masto will make the catch, and there's now 2 gone. So once again, a chance here for Marina Grenier to get a lightning quick inning. Quickly 2 gone now. And Skylar second Dino now coming up to the plate. This next upcoming pitch will be pitch number 50 of the game. And it's in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. On the outside, 1-1. Count now even at 1-1. On the outside once again, now 2-1. The 2-1. On the inside, right to Warner over at third. They're on to first base. Is not going to be in time. It was a low throw, and Smith was not able to secure the catch. And that will extend the inning. That will more than likely go down as an E3 on the play. It was a low throw, but if you ask Soleil Smith, that's one that she certainly would think that she was able to make a catch for. So second life here for the Lions, still 2 gone in the inning. Stevie Dabney now up at the plate. We have a moment maybe before we go to break. I do want to look at that play at first because Smith did pick up the ball after dropping it. And the question really is, did she get the ball pickup in time before the runner stepped on the base? We'll see. That one drilled in the left. Long run. It's off the fence. They'll have to relay it to get the throw to the plate, and they will hold the runner over at third base. It is a loud double off the bat of Stevie Dabney. The inning extends for the Lions. They now have second and third, still 2 outs. And Gwen Woodson once again will have another RBI opportunity. First hit of the game right there for Molloy. And now Woodson with a chance to give them their first lead of this game. On the outside for a strike, 0-1. You've seen both Grenier and Kennedy Ruth in today's games go to the outside corner, especially against Woodson. The 0-1. That one hit into center. Del Masto on the run. She will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Lions do strand 2 runners here in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth inning upcoming. It's still a 1-0 lead for the Dolphins, but 2 notes before we go into break. It's 11-10 now stack over CSI in the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. And I also wanted to take a look over at that play at first base before we headed into break. The question is, did Soleil Smith pick up the ball in time to get the runner out? Yeah, I think they had that one wrong. It looks like Soleil Smith picked the ball up right before the runner reached first base. A very close play. Get one more look at it. There's the ball on the ground there. I might do it any justice. We'll slow it back a little bit. Yeah, it's tough to say. It looks like maybe she bobbled it for a second after it was dropped. Close call at first base. We'll stay right here as we're about to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Another update from Sparkill. CSI has once again regained the lead. It is 12-11. Yandel Breeder with a 2 RBI single. Dolphins have now scored 9 runs in the last 2 innings. And in total, there have been 15 runs scored in the last inning and a half. Another high-scoring affair. As the first pitch of the bottom of the fourth inning is in there for a ball, 1-0. Sack with 11 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors. Dolphins with 12 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. They still have another 4 innings of baseball at the very least. At the very, very least. Extra innings here at softball in game 1. Who knows what will happen in the remainder of that game. Half swing from Paul. They checked over at first base, in there for a strike, now 2-1. There's still 2 outs in that bottom of the 5th inning as that one hit into left field and through for a base hit. It is a leadoff single from Madeline Paul. And she gets things going for the Dolphins here in the home 4th. Olivia Warner now comes up with a runner on and nobody out. Warner in game 1 was 1 for 5. Gets to start over at third base here in game 2. In there for a strike 0-1. As Paul, we have seen at times this season, get some stolen bases. She's a perfect 7 for 7 on the year. Once again, Cepeda having to play close attention over at first base. Count now 1-1. Been a busy day for Cepeda behind the plate. The 1-1. This is high. They throw it to first. They got her in a rundown. Throw over to second base is in time. A great heads-up play by Cepeda. They got Paul in the rundown towards second. She was thrown out at second base. And there is now 1 gone in the inning. That'll be the first time she's officially caught on the base path this season. As Warner hits that one, a shallow high into right field, but it's caught by the second baseman, Savage, and there's now quickly 2 gone. Two gone now. Bridget Molloy comes up to the plate. The Dolphins got a leadoff single to start this inning. Now quickly 2 gone. Nobody on base. As Molloy takes that first pitch for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Hit down the third base line. Foul, 0-2. Count now 0-2. And that one hit foul behind the plate, remains 0-2. Another 0-2. And again, Molloy fouling that one off behind the plate. Still an 0-2 count here for Secondino. That one hit into left center and drops in for a base hit. Bridget Molloy reaches with 2 gone. To 2-out single, the Dolphins extend the inning. Molloy had to foul off a couple of pitches to stay in the at-bat. And it pays off as she gets a 2-out single. Now bring up Abby Morris. Morris hits that one down the first base line, but foul. Count 0-1. It is now a 14-11 lead for CSI. Jack Keogh with a 2-run homer. Dolphins have scored 11 runs in the last 2 innings. That game becoming an all-timer, and as I mentioned, they still have another 4 innings at least to go in that game. The 0-2. Hit towards third and past the diving McGurk into left field for a base hit. It's another 2-out hit for the Dolphins. Abby Morris reaches first base safely. And Rose Joseph now will have an RBI opportunity here with 2 gone. First pitch to Joseph. Dribbled down the first base line, foul. The 0-1. On the outside, 1-1. Your second Dino, after having nobody on base with 2 outs. Trying to escape this damage right here. And at least keep this a 1-run game. But has now fallen behind the count, now 2-1. Dribble towards third, pass to diving McGurk, but it's stopped by Kissinger, and her throw on first base will not be in time. She does, however, save a run potentially on the play. The Dolphins now will have the bases loaded, still 2 outs, 3 straight 2-out base hits, and it looks like they will make a change. We'll see if it's a pinch hitting spot. It looks like it's Taryn Judson that's going to get a pinch hit opportunity. And as indeed the case, Taryn Judson's going to come up. Get a look at that last play. Also a good heads-up play over at first base by Davity on that one. A low throw in the turf. And not able to scoop that and gets past her. Could certainly bring home a run for the Dolphins. Judson now comes up with a big spot. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Dolphins looking for their 4th straight hit. As that first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. It's now 15-11. Jaden Waterman with another home run today. Had one earlier in that game. He's got his 2nd already as Judson hits that one foul, 0-2. Continuing to make that mark. Waterman having an incredible time at Clover Stadium. Home run on Thursday. Now 2 more home runs today. Now has 3 on the season, all at that same facility. On the outside, 1-2. Going to be a very lengthy highlight package in that matchup between the Dolphins and the Spartans. The 1-2. On the outside, strike 3. Skylar's second Dino with a huge punch out. Strands the bases loaded as we head to the top of the 5th inning. The Dolphins still lead this one, 1-0. Top of the fifth inning, 1-0 CSI lead as Greenier's first pitch is on the outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. It'll be 7-9 up here in the inning for the Lions. Ziccinelli, Kissinger, and Montgomery. Ziccinelli's up in the count now, 2-0. The 2-0. This is high, ball 3, so quickly a 3-0 count here. Greenier in danger of walking the batter on just 4 straight pitches. And that's indeed the case. Ziccinelli works a 4-pitch walk, and she's on first base representing the tying run. Curious to see if Casey Kissinger, batting 8th in the lineup, will bunt in this spot. You do have the number 9 hitter up on deck. Montgomery has had a nice day at the plate as well, but a very interesting opportunity for both sides. They have gone to the 6th inning in Sparkill. 15-11 CSI lead, 26 runs through 5 innings of that game. Kissinger does show bunt. Warner will play it over at third, gives the look over to second, and they just get the out over at first base in time. It's a successful sacrifice bunt off the bat of Kissinger as she moves Ziccinelli over to second base, and there is one gone here in the 5th. Alexis Montgomery now comes up with 1 gone. Able to get on, but bring it back to the top of the lineup. On the outside, 1-0. That one on the outside, 1-1 the count. One and one count now for Greenier. Hit towards third, played on a hop. It's Warner over to first base, and it's a low throw, and it gets into right field. That might allow the Lions to tie this game, and they will indeed do that. Coming around to score is Ziccinelli on the E5, and it is now a tie game at 1 apiece.
Now batting number 10,
Montgomery, a very fast runner, forced that throw from Warner, who had to play it on a hop. And because of the low throw, it allows the Lions to tie this game. Montgomery now over to second base. Back to the top of the lineup. May Savage pops that one into right field. It's Molloy that will make the catch out in shallow right. And there is now 2 gone in the inning.
Now batting number 29, Emily McGlurk.
Emily McGurk now comes up with 2 gone. McGurk trying to extend this inning and give Molloy the lead for the first time in game 2. Takes that first pitch on the inside for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. That one hit into right. Morris is there, makes the catch, and that will do it here in the top half of the 5th inning. The Lions trying to run on second, but they do bring home a run on the error over at third. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a tie game. It is now 1-1 between the Dolphins and the Lions. Mylene Mendoza will lead it off here in the home fifth. Brand new ball game as now the Dolphins and Lions are tied at 1 apiece. First pitch on the outside corner from Secondino in there. Count 1-0. Mendoza responsible for the lone Dolphin run with a solo shot down the left field line. Her first home run of the season. She is now 5 for 5 in these 2 games so far today. And it's quickly up in the count now, 2-0. 2-0. Misses high, ball 3. Well, the way she's been swinging the bat, can't really blame Secondino for pitching around her, trying to force her to chase something. And a 3-0, she gets that one in there for a strike now, 3-1. Mendoza on the year 2 for 4 as well in stolen base attempts, so keep that in mind if she's able to reach. 3-1. In there for ball 4. And Mendoza reaches first base on a walk. And with Julia Del Masso now coming up, had a pinch hit single in game 1. I would tend to think, considering the Dolphins at the top of the order coming up on deck, Del Masso might be trying to lay down a bunt to move Mendoza into scoring position. We'll see. Bunt was initially about to be laid down, but it's on the outside. Count goes to 1-0. Dolphins do have the top of the order up on deck. Del Masso trying to move the runner into scoring position. Get the top of the lineup an opportunity. Bunt is laid down. It's a good one down the first base line. And Del Masso reaches first base safely. Mendoza back into second safely as well. It is a bunt single for Del Masso. And the Dolphins have first and second. Still nobody out. That was as well executed of a bunt right there by Del Masso you'll ever see. A dribbler down the first base line, and with her speed, was able to beat out the throw. Back to the top of the line, it's Gianna Lopez, and she drills down one up the middle. That's a base hit. Mendoza thought about going home, and a great throw out in center field will hold her at third base. Wagle with a great throw from center field. But the bases are now loaded for CSI. Still nobody out. And Madeline Paul now comes up with a huge chance. Paul just needing a ball to go into the outfield to give CSI back the lead. Ball hit in the infield will go straight towards the plate. As that one's foul. Count goes to 0-1. Count. I should say now the score at Sparkill 15-12. Stack has gotten back a run in the top of the 6th. The 0-1 here. Hit into center. That should bring home the run. Wagle makes the catch. Makes another strong throw towards the plate. Not in time. Throw to third base. Not in time. And moving over to second as well. As gives CSI now a 2-1 lead. It is a sacrifice fly off the bat of Madeline Paul. It is a 2-1 Dolphin lead now. Wagle made another great throw, but it was not in time to get Mendoza at the plate. As Warner takes that first pitch for a strike, count goes to 0-1. It is now 15-14. That game just an all-timer right now. 29 runs. We were looking over it earlier. The most runs we've seen in a game so far this season, combined between the 2 teams, was 36 runs back in Queens between the Dolphins and the Saints. They are certainly looking like they're going to break that in this game tonight. Still 2 out in the 6th inning in that one. 1 out here, the count's 2-1. And now make it 3-1. First base is open here for Secondino. So a walk necessarily isn't the worst thing here, as they'll have a conference in the circle. On deck for CSI is Bridget Motley. Three and one count now here for Secondino to Warner. 3-1. Misses high for ball 4. Dolphins will once again have the bases loaded. Now 1 out in the inning. And Bridget Molloy with a chance now to extend the CSI lead. Del Masto over at third. Lopez over at second. And now Warner over at first base. First pitch on the outside in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Molloy would love a base hit into the gap. Try to open this game up for the Dolphins. Hits that one to short, play on the hop. Kissinger's throw toward the plate is in time, and that'll be the only play they get. As a heads-up play by Kissinger. Could have gone for maybe a tailor-made double play ball. Not easy to get it here on the softball diamond. And made the strong throw to the plate for the second out of the inning. Abby Morris now comes up with 2 gone. First pitch in there for a ball, 1-0. And I think if you're the Lions in this spot, so it looks like we're going to have a pitch runner here with 2 gone. If you're the Lions here with 2 gone now, you've only given up the 1 run, you certainly will take that. At one point, it was bases loaded, nobody out. If they can escape this inning still down a run, they will certainly be content with that. As Jalen Martinez is going to pinch run over at second base for Olivia Warner.
Running for the Dolphins, number 13, Jalen Martinez.
So it's Lopez over at third, now Martinez over at second, and Molloy over at first base. So a very confusing play in game 1 with Martinez, where she entered as a pinch runner. Judson re-entered the game, but it was not communicated that Judson was re-entering the game. So it allowed a base runner for the Lions in that game. Dolphins would avoid giving up the runner and avoid giving up a run in that spot. The 2-0. In there for a strike, now 2-1. Secondino really has no room for error here with the bases loaded. Cannot afford a walk. It's a danger of walking in a run now. The count goes to 3-1. A huge pitch right here. The 3-1. It fouled down the right field line now. Full count, 3-2. As Joe and I like to determine, the merry-go-round will go in motion here on 3-2. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. 2-1 game, the 3-2. Dribble towards short. Kissinger is there. Throws it on to first base in time. And that will do it here in the home 5th inning. The Dolphins strand the bases loaded here in the 5th, but they do bring home a run. On a sacrifice fly, they now go into the top of the 6th inning with a 2-1 lead. Top of the 6th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. Dolphins lead now back to 1 again as they lead this game now 2-1. It was a sacrifice fly to give the Dolphins back the lead. Greenier now has the lead once again. The 1-0 count here. Hit into center. Del Masto on the run makes the catch. And there was 1 gone here in the 6th.
Now batting number 13, Skylar Secondino.
Skylar Secondino now comes up with 1 gone. Weigel was the first batter retired there on that fly ball to center. It was 3, 4, and 5 up in the inning here for the Lions. That one drilled into right center. That one's dropping in for a base hit. It'll be cut off by Del Masso to Motley, but it's a one-out single off the bat of Skylar Secondino. Tying run now over at first base for Molloy. Go-ahead runner at the plate. Stevie Davity at the plate. If what I remember is certainly a capable home run hitter. And she drills that one down the right field line. That one goes over the head of Morris. It takes a one bounce off the fence. Going to second base is Davity. Going over to third base is going to be Secondino. And it is now second and third, still just one out in the inning. The Lions now have the tying run at third and the go-ahead runner now in scoring position. When Woodson once again coming up to the plate, another RBI opportunity. Meanwhile, at Sparkill, Dolphins adding to their lead. It's now 16-14. 30 runs in 6 innings. Incredible. Still just one out in that inning, too. I don't remember the last time I've seen a game like that. I would say the game against Uville, but this game having a lot of home runs, 28 hits combined, 5 errors as well. It's a mixture of a lot of things going on in that matchup. Meanwhile, here it's a 1-0 count for Grenier. Hit towards third. Nice play by Warner over at third, and makes a great throw to first base. Olivia Warner saving a run over at the hot corner, and there's now 2 gone. It'll be up to Ava Ciccinelli now with 2 gone in the inning. Cannot stress enough how big of a play that was for Warner. If she is not able to make that play, that would tie the game. Hit towards short. Lopez gives it a look, throws it to first base in time, and that will do it here in the top half of the 6th inning. A great job by the left side of the Dolphins defense as they preserve this 2-1 lead heading in to the bottom half of the 6th inning. We'll get one more look at that play over at third by Olivia Warner. A key big play right there, followed by the ground ball to short. Gives CSI a 2-1 lead still heading into the bottom of the 6th as they look for some insurance runs. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 Dolphin lead. As the first pitch to Rose Joseph is in there for a strike, count goes to 0-1. Dolphins looking for some insurance runs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's been a pitcher's duel between these two starters here today. Joseph hits that one a mile high in the infield, and it's Kissinger over at short that makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Soleil Smith will come up with 1 gone. First pitch is Smith. Taking in the turf for a ball 1-1. Or 1-0, I should say. It says 1-1 on our board, but maybe they'll see that. Maybe they'll see that. They don't see it. They are too focused over there. It's the count now is 2-0. He motioned over. 2-0. Bakes were going to miss. Oh, they didn't have to take it off anyway. They could have just kept it up on the board. It was 2-1. It was. Pat still hasn't forgiven me for that foul ball comment I made in game 1. As Smith hits that one towards second. Throw over to first base from Savage is in time. There's now 2 gone. Quick note about that. Pat didn't make a play for the ball because he thought the foul ball runner was going to make the catch. So he didn't want to take the moment. So not his fault on that play. They're going into the top of the 7th inning. 16-14 still the score between the Dolphins and the Spartans. 2 gone here in the home 6th. Eileen Mendoza takes that first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count. Mendoza just 1 for 1 on the day. But that one hit, a solo shot to left field. Count now 2-0. Mendoza, as I mentioned, was 4 for 4 in game 1. She's reached base safely 6 times in these 2 games today. As the count goes to 2-1. We're going to reach base safely for the 7th time and extend this inning for CSI. Takes a big swing and a miss right there. You could tell that one was maybe a extra base hit, home run type of cut. But an off-speed pitch from Secondino now makes it a count of 2-2. And another great off-speed pitch in there, swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will do it here in the home 6th. Dolphins go down 1-2-3 here in the home 6th inning. We now head to the top of the 7th. Lions down to their final 3 outs as they trail this one 2-1. Back for the top of the 7th inning. Lions down to their final 3 outs in the second game of this East Coast Conference doubleheader. They trail this game 2-1. As the first pitch thrown to Casey Kitchinger on the outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. For the Lions in this half inning, it will be 8-9-1. Kissinger, Montgomery, and Savage. As Kissinger hits that one into right center, it drops into the gap for a base hit. It's cut off and thrown over to second base. Not in time. Kissinger slides in safely with a leadoff double, and the tying run is in scoring position for the Lions. Alexis Montgomery in the 9 spot now bats. Dolphin infield is potentially waiting for a bunt here. Top of the lineup up on deck. Montgomery does not bunt. That's probably wise as he takes that first pitch. Looks like for a strike, count goes to 0-1. What we saw in game 1, the Dolphins trailed in the 7th inning. They were down 2 runs. And Montgomery does bunt on that one, but chops a foul 0-2. As I mentioned, the Dolphins were trailing by 2 in the 7th, or by 1 it's going into the 7th. They were able to tie the game and win it in the 8th. The Lions now trying to tie the game in the 7th and send it into extra innings. 0-2. On the outside, 1-2. Grenier coming off of a complete game shutout at her last outing. Trying to get a complete game effort here. 1-2, chop to third. Warner plays it on a hop, throws it to first base. In time, they just get the out over at first. Montgomery moves Kissinger over to third base in time. And there is one gone here in the top of the 7th. That was a very close play over at first base, and the Lions are going to contend with that play over at first. That one was as close as it possibly could get. We'll get a look at it. As of right now, they keep Montgomery over at first base while they discuss. The batter is still out. Warner will see the throw right here. That's the right call. The ball's in the glove of Smith before Montgomery stepped on the base. It was just as close as possible. But the Dolphins do get the out. One gone, May Savage at the plate, tying run over at third. All Savage has to do is get the ball into the outfield, and that should tie this game once again. Their first pitch was fouled behind the plate. Count goes to 0-1. The 0-1. In the turf, good stop by Joseph. 1-1 to count. A thrilling conclusion to game one. And for another thrilling conclusion here in game number two. It's a 1-1 count now here for Grenier. The 1-1. Low for ball two. 2-1 the count. If you're Grenier, you don't want to put the go-ahead runner on base. Got to find a way to get the out right here. If you're able to keep that runner over at third. That one hit towards short. Lopez is there, makes the throw in time. They throw it towards the plate. Not in time. Kissinger is in safely. And we are knotted up once again. It is 2-2. Lopez took a quick glance over at third to see if the runner would go. Initially did not until the throw was made. And Kissinger at the very last second just beats the tag. And we are tied once again at 2 apiece. Great look of it right there. Kissinger just being the tag. Brand new ball game once again. As the count goes to 0-1. Emily McGurk at the plate. That one hit foul. Count goes to 0-2. So Grenier now a strike away. Getting out of this inning, keeping it tied. Giving the chance for CSI to walk it off. The 0-2 on the outside, 1-2. Magic Grenier has not had a strikeout since striking out the side back in the first inning. As that one line foul down the first base line. Here comes the 1-2. Chop towards second. Molloy there. Throws it on to Smith in time, and that will do it here in the top half of the second inning. The Lions, however, do bring home the game-tying run here in the top of the seventh. We head to the home seventh inning. Dolphins look to walk it off as this game is knotted up at 2 apiece. Home seventh inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. We had a walk-off in game number 1. Well, we have a walk-off in game number 2. Julia Del Masso, first pitch swinging down the first base line. And it's a one-pitch, one-out to get things started here in the home seventh.
Now batting for the Dolphins, number 12, Gianna Lopez.
Gianna Lopez now comes up with one gone. Back to the Dolphin, top of the lineup here with Lopez. As she drills that, and what a catch over at third base by McGurk. Robbing Lopez of extra bases. A great defensive play at the hot corner, and what a defensive game this has been for these two teams. Two gone here in the seventh. And the hero of game one, Madeline Paul, will come up to the plate now with two gone. In the turf for a ball, 1-0. Paul had a game-winning RBI double in game one. And she's quickly up in the count now, 2-0. A dangerous spot here for second Dino, even though getting the first out, or I should say getting the first two outs. You're still facing the heart of this Dolphin lineup. Don't want to put any runners on base. As that one hit right back to the circle, second Dino throws it on to first base in time. And for the second time here today at the softball complex, we are heading into extra innings. It is a knotted game up once again between CSI and Molloy, 2-2 as we head to the eighth. Megan Wago will lead it off here in the top half of the eighth inning. Free baseball once again here at the CSI softball complex. And Steph, I did it again. I said free baseball again. Ashamed of myself. Free softball here at the softball complex. Tie game at 2. Lions down a run going into the seventh, able to tie it. In game one, the Dolphins were down a run heading into the seventh. They tied it and then walked it off. Also have a scoring update from Sparkill as that one looped into left center. And did Del Mastro make the catch again? She did! Julia Del Mastro is putting on a master performance today. An incredible catch for the first out of the eighth. Second diving catch of the game for Del Mastro, and that one was not easy. It was falling down quickly. One gone here in the eighth. That one in there for a ball. 1-0 the count. Skylar Secondino at the plate. The 1-0. This is 2-0. The update from Sparkill, it's now a 17-14 CSI lead in that game. A Ryan Ortega home run, the Dolphins' 4th home run of the game. Gives them now a 3-run lead in the 6th. Secondino hits that one a mile high to right. Morris is there and will make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 34, Stevie Nevada.
Correction, that's Emma O'Neill. I think that's what you were motioning me for, Steph. Emma O'Neill is the new right fielder for the Dolphins. That was a defensive substitution they made in that last half inning. 2 gone now here in the 8th. That one drilled on the left field line, but foul. Stevie Dabity at the plate. Dabity already in this game has 2 doubles. She's 2 for 3. Trying to extend this 8th inning here and put the go-ahead run on base. The 0-1 on the outside, 1-1. That one drilled in the center. Del Masto cannot make it. It's off of her glove and it off the fence. Dabity is now in with her third double of the game. She's 3 for 4. And the Lions now put the go-ahead runner on base with 2 gone in the 8th. Well, Del Masto has made some incredible catches here today. It was not able to get that one. A scorcher into center, hitting off of the top of her glove. And now Gwen Woodsit will have a chance to give Molloy back the lead. Runner on second, 2 gone. On the outside, 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Drilled foul down the left field line. And honestly, for the Cars going down the left field line, they are probably grateful that that foul pole was there because, oh man, that could have been some major damage. Count now 1-1. Daylight started to turn into nighttime here at the softball complex. About to hit the 7 o'clock mark here on the east time zone. As that one hit into left and in for a base hit. Will they send Dabity? They will not. It is cut off by Warner at third. A strong throw from Mendoza out in left field holds the runner. It's back-to-back 2-out hits here for the Lions. Go-ahead runner now at third base. Ava Ziccinelli now is at the plate. Ziccinelli today 0 for 2. Has walked and scored in a run. And it looks like we're going to have potentially a pinch runner here for Molloy with 2 gone. What a game this has been. What a day this has been for these two teams.
2 running for 22.
Melina Ogando will run in for Woodsit over at first base.
For the Lions, number 2, Melina Ogando.
So Ogando now over at first. Dabity over at third base. Ziccinelli is at the plate. Marina Green, you're still in the circle. It's been a heavy workload for her here today. By far her longest outing of the season. She's unofficially had 102 pitches in this game. And a big spot here with 2 gone. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Lions have done a lot of work today with 2 outs. Can they do it once again? The 0-1. This is high and outside now, 1-1. Green, you're trying to protect the tie and send the Dolphins in a chance to walk it off in the 8th. The 1-1. That one hit into right. Right there is O'Neal. She makes the catch, and that will do it for the 8th inning. The Lions get two base hits with 2 outs in the inning, but they strand both runners. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Dolphins look to walk it off once again as this game remains tied at 2 apiece. Bottom of the 8th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. We are still knotted up at 2. Olivia Warner will lead off here for the Dolphins in the home 8th. And she takes that first pitch in there for a ball. 1-0 the count. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for the Dolphins in the inning. Warner, Motley, and Emma O'Neal. The 1-0. In the turf now, 2-0. Well, there's one player that could certainly end this game in one swing. It's Warner. Up in the count, 2-0. It takes that one for a strike, now 2-1. Skylar Secondino out for another inning of work, her 8th inning of this game. She's unofficially thrown now 105 pitches, but she's now behind the count 3-1 and in danger of putting the winning run over at first base. Here comes the 3-1. Misses for ball 4. And the Dolphins now have the winning run over at first base. Olivia Warner reaches via walk. And we'll see if we get a pinch runner for Warner over at first base. And it's going to be Angie Guerrero that will pinch run over at first for Olivia Warner. So Guerrero will represent the winning run over at first base. It is Bridget Motley coming up to the plate for CSI. Motley today, 1 for 3. Able to get something into the gap. Could potentially walk this game off for the Dolphins. They were able to walk it off in game 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Can they do it again here in game number 2? Secondino's first pitch. In on the inside for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Shows bunt, holds it, and it's a ball 1-1. Molloy trying to force something with that one right there. Count now even at 1. High drama here at the softball complex. The 1-1. Bunt shown again. That one in there for a strike now, 1-2. So Molloy once again showing strike. But once again held it back, but it's in there for a strike. Or I should say showing bunt. It's 1-2 now the count. And she hits that one into right. Long run from Montgomery, but she will make the catch. Or I should say that's Seaman out of right field. Had to look for the changes. Steps the best. Have to look for on the live stats. Seaman out in right field makes the play. That's the first out of the inning. Now they're playing Abby Morris' song. She is no longer in the game, I thought. Right, she re-entered. Steph, it's been a long day. I shouldn't be complaining considering what's going on with baseball right now. Nonetheless, it is Abby Morris at the plate. The first pitch to Morris. There goes the runner, Guerrero. Throw to second. Not in time. Guerrero steals second base. The winning run now into scoring position for the Dolphins. That first pitch was in there for a strike. The count goes to 0-1. A base hit right here for Morris. Could win it for CSI. The 0-1. This is for a ball, 1-1 the count. Count now even at 1 for Morris. And she took a big swing and a miss right there. Now 1-2. Secondino now a strike away from a huge second out. That one hit right back at the circle. She throws it to third base. They got her at third. Secondino could have gotten the runner out at first, but went towards the lead runner at third, and they tag Guerrero out for the second out of the inning. Another incredible defensive play we've seen here today. There's a big swing and a miss right there by Rose Joseph. The count goes to 0-1. There's a quick look at that last sequence right there. Could have went to first, but Guerrero running to third. A great play by Secondino to get the lead runner over at third base. Count now is 0-2 for the Dolphin catcher. The 0-2. On the outside, 1-2. Quick second look at that last play. The 1-2 misses high now, 2-2. Two to Joseph. She just makes contact with that one, remains 2-2. They're going to the bottom of the 8th inning at Spark Hill. Dolphins looking for some insurance runs in that game. Still up 17-14. 2-2. In the turf, ball 3. Full count. Morris will go on this pitch. If Joseph is able to get something into the gap, that could walk it off for the Dolphins here. Full count, 3-2. It's that one a mile high towards first base. The catch is made over at first, and we are heading to the 9th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. We are still knotted up at 2-2. Top of the 9th inning here at the CSI Softball Complex. Tie game still. 2-2 is the score. It is Casey Kissinger leading off here in the top of the 9th. It will be 8-9-1 of the inning here for the Lions. The Dolphins, meanwhile, had to make a defensive substitution. Gianna Lopez moving over to short to third base. Olivia Warner was pitch ran for the second time in this game, so she is officially out of the game. Kaylee Carey now over at shortstop, but now will be batting third in the Dolphin lineup.
Is now playing third, and 21 is now playing short.
So we've seen Lopez and Carey. That's that defensive alignment this season in terms of short at third base a bunch of times this year. So that defensive alignment in game 1. Now here in the late stages in this second game, that will be the defensive lineman on the left side for the Dolphins. Still getting those changes are the home plate umpire with the Molloy dugout. And we are about to get underway here for the top of the 9th. Kissinger, her last time up, got a double. It would come around to score the game-tying run. It'll be Kissinger, followed by Seaman, followed by Savage. 8-9-1 in the inning. She hits that one foul. And out of play, 0-1, or correction, 1-1. One to Kissinger. That one hit a mile high towards second. Molly is there, makes the catch. And there is one gone here in the 9th. Well, we started the day with a very sunny day. We are now approaching the 7:30 mark here on the East Coast. It's 7:12 right now. The lights are on. No more sunlight. 2 extra innings here so far in this game. Extra innings in game 1. We're in the 9th inning here in game 2, the 1-0. Big swing and a miss right there for Seaman. The count goes to 1-1. The freshman getting a big opportunity right here. Only her 3rd at-bat of the season. And she's behind the count now, 1-2. Marina Grenier is still in the circle for the Dolphins. That last pitch she threw was pitch number 108. This will be number 109. And it misses on the outside, 2-2. We saw the Dolphins go to the bullpen in game 1. It went to Emma Powell in relief in that first game. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Grenier gets her first punch-outs and striking out the side back in the first. And Seaman, which is behind that fastball, and there's now 2 gone in the inning. It's back to the top of the Molloy lineup. May Savage comes up now with 2 gone. Savage today 0 for 4, but is responsible for the game-tying RBI. Hit that ground ball to short. And was just able to bring home Kissinger on the play. She swung on a miss on that first pitch. She's behind the count 0-1. That one line into right field. Will they get a base hit off of it? They will indeed. It's a base hit for May Savage out into right field. Another 2-out hit for the Lions today. And that will extend the inning for Emily McGurk. McGurk here in game number 2 is also 0 for 4. They can make up with it with one swing right here. Dolphins getting signs from their dugout as the count goes to 1-0 here for McGurk. The 1-0 from Grenier. That one fouled out of play, 1-1 the count. Considering how baseball was going, it looked like we were about to finish here at softball before they were. But now they have a chance to finish before we do here as the count goes to 2-1. They are now heading into the top of the 9th inning. The Dolphins are 3 outs away from splitting the 4-game series with the Spartans. They lead that game 17-14. A 2-1 count here to McGurk. She hits that one. Shallow right center. It is Del Masso that makes the catch, and that will do it here in the top of the 9th inning. Lions strand a runner here in the top of the 9th. We now head to the home 9th inning. Dolphins with another chance to walk it off as this game remains tied at 2 apiece. Bottom of the 9th inning here at the softball complex. We are still tied at 2. So Leigh-Smith hits that one foul. Count goes to 0-1. Dolphins send the bottom of their order up in this inning. It will be Smith, Mendoza, and Del Masto. 0-1. Drilled into left field, but right there to make the catch out in left field was Ziccinelli, and it's allowed out number 1.
Now batting for the Dolphins, number 7, Mylene Mendoza.
Eileen Mendoza now comes up with 1 gone. We know she is certainly capable with 1 swing to end this game. A home run back earlier in this game, what feels like a lifetime ago with the way this game has gone. As that one in there for a strike 0-1. That home run coming back in the 3rd. As that one's on the outside corner, count goes to 0-2. Secondino, meanwhile, is still out for another inning of work. She's now at 127 pitches. And number 128 misses on the outside, 1-2. One and two now the count. And again, it misses on the outside corner, 2-2. Mentioned for baseball, they are 3 outs away from a split of their doubleheader, 4-game series. Dribble down the third base line, it's a fair ball. Long throw to first base in time. Emily McGurk with another great defensive play over at third base. And there's now 2 gone in the inning. She had to go down to a knee to make the stop. And down to a knee made a long throw to first base in time. It will bring up Julia Del Masso now with 2 gone. Dribbles down one towards short. Kissinger on to first base in time. And that will do it here in the 9th inning. We'll have traditional extra innings when we come back here from the CSI Softball Complex. We're going to the 10th. Still not at up at 2. And we are back for the top of the 10th inning here at the softball complex. 2-2 still the score. Marina Grenier out for a 10th inning of work. Their first pitch in the turf for a ball to Megan Wagle. The count goes to 1-0. Molloy will send up 3, 4, and 5 up in the inning. And Wagle lines that one to short. Carey plays it on the bounce, but they said she made the catch on the line drive for the first out of the inning. Carey entering as a defensive substitution in the 9th. Makes the play there for the first out of the 10th. The good old traditional extra innings that you would normally see in a regular baseball game. As that one drilled, right field, long run out of right field, and it gets past Morris, and it's off the wall. Dabney is in for her 4th double of the night. She was inches away from a go-ahead blast. She is now on with another extra base hit. Or I was ahead of myself. Dabney is at the plate now. 18 innings of softball. That was Secondino that had the extra base hit. She's now 2 for 5. Dabney now is at the plate. So close, Steph. So close. So close. It has been a day. That's definitely right. First pitch is Daverty. Hit down the third base line. Foul ball. No updates yet from baseball. The Dolphins making a pitching change in the ninth inning. It's Mikey first coming on a relief with a runner on first base, nobody out. They lead that game 17-14. It looked like that game was on pace to beat the most runs of the game this season. Dribbled up the middle. Off of Carey's glove. No play will be made. I would tend to think that might go down as a single. We'll see what it looks like on the replay in a moment. Better clarity right there. That's an error. Third Dolphin error of the game. That could be a costly one right there. Now puts the go-ahead runner on third base. Gwen Woodson will come back up to the plate. She has had a lot of opportunities in this game with runners on base. And with a fly ball to the outfield, could give her team the lead. Grenier still in this game for CSI, as I mentioned. She is now at 124 pitches here in the 10th. A double play ball away from getting out of the inning. Of course, as we know, not easy to turn a double play normally on the softball diamond. Big spot here for Woodson. Now on the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. It's been the spot most of the time today on the outside against Woodson. It's 1-0. Again on the outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Second base of this current spot is open. 2-0 now the count here for Grenier. And that one hit into left and drops in for a base hit. Gwen Woodson delivers a go-ahead RBI single here in the 10th. The Lions have taken back the lead. It's 3-2. Their first lead of this second game. And it comes at a big spot here in the 10th. Gwen Woodson with a big RBI hit now gives them the lead. Still just one out of the inning. Lions looking to attack for some more runs. Ava Ciccinelli at the plate. To extend this now one-run lead for the Lions. The 0-1. On the outside, 1-1 the count. Count even at 1, with 1 out here in the 10th. Hit down the first base line. Is it playable enough for Smith? And she does make the catch. Over the shoulder grab by Soleil Smith. Holds both runners at their respective bases. And there is now 2 gone. They'll bring up Casey Kissinger now with 2 gone in the inning. Kissinger looking for a big 2-out hit here. She get it into right. O'Neal will make the catch, or that's Morris out of right. Morris makes the catch on the right field. That will do it here in the 10th. But get Gwen Woodson's RBI single into left field has given her team their first lead here of this second game with this doubleheader. Bottom of the 10th. Dolphins look to tie or walk it off. They trail this game now 3-2. Bottom of the 10th, a now 3-2 lead for Molloy as the Dolphins now are down to their final 3 outs. Gianna Lopez first pitch swinging. It is a foul ball down the third base line. Lopez was mere inches away from a leadoff double. Might have a good look at it here, but yeah, unfortunately the home plate umpire blocked it. Not to his fault right there, but Dolphins just missing an extra base hit. The 0-1. Head out into center, and it is Wagle that makes the catch out in center field. And it is 1 out here in the 10th. Madeline Paul now up with 1 gone. Dolphins down to their final 2 outs. First pitch to Paul. In there for a strike 0-1. Stack, meanwhile, in the baseball game now has the tying run to the plate. Still nobody out in the 9th inning. On the outside corner on this one, count 1-1. Paul, the hero in game 1. Trying to extend game 2. And she's up in the count now, 2-1. Skylar Secondino gets another inning of work, her 10th inning of work. Is now unofficially at 135 pitches. And number 136 is fouled out of play. Count now even at 2. Kaylee Carey on deck, the 2-2, misses outside for ball 3. So Paul now a ball away from putting the tying run on base. Count 3-2. That one ripped foul out of play. Full count once again, the 3-2. Hit down the third base line, off the glove of McGurk. Throws over to first base, not in time. Gets past the first baseman, and wisely over at first base will stay. That will go down as a base hit off the bat of Madeline Paul. And Kaylee Carey, who entered this game as a defensive substitution, will now represent the game-winning run at the plate. Tying run now over at first base. 8th hit of this game now for the Dolphins. That one hit into right, but foul. Carey going the opposite way on that one. How about this spot for Carey? As I mentioned, enters as a defensive sub. First at bat of the second game. And has a chance to tie it potentially. The 0-1. There goes the runner. Throw to second base. Gets into the outfield. And it's bobbled out at center. And the Dolphins move the runner over to third base. It's a stolen base and an error on the play. The count is 1-1, and the tying runs over at third. Heads up base running right there. Madeline Paul, who was caught earlier for the first time this season. Her 8th stolen base right there. And for Kaylee Carey now, all she needs to do is get the ball into the outfield. And this game will once again be tied. The 1-1. She bunts, hit towards third. They throw it to the plate. They thought they were going for the suicide squeeze. Nobody's covering second. And the Dolphins now have the winning run in scoring position. Emily McGurk thought that the Dolphins were going for the suicide squeeze. They did not send Paul over from third base. And because of that, not only were the Dolphins awarded first base, they get second base on the play as well. Heads up base running by Carey. Well executed bunt. And the Dolphins now tying run at third, winning run at second. Bridget Molloy at the plate. A base hit could walk this game off for CSI. What a game, what a day this has been. First pitch to Molloy. In there for a strike 0-1. Meanwhile, they've gone final in Spark Hill. Dolphins defeating Stack 17-14. In the turf, a good stop once again. Give credit to Mariah Cepeda today. She had to catch 8 innings in game 1. She has now caught 10 more here in game 2. Incredible. 1-1. And that one fouled off the plate, off of Motley, 1-2. Secondino now a strike away from a huge out number 2. On deck for CSI is Abby Morris. It's now 1-2 here to Motley. Misses high, and again a good stop by Cepeda, 2-2. Motley knows that only a fly ball into the outfield could bring home the run. The 2-2. Hits that one towards second, into right field for a base hit. The Dolphins will tie the game. The throw to the plate gets off wild. Did that go out into play is the question. It looks like it stayed in territory to keep this game going. The Dolphins are contending that the ball went out of play into the Dolphin dugout, but the home plate umpire is saying that the ball hit the netting down the third base line and kept the ball in play. They're going to converse about it now over, and it looks like that will be the right decision on that play. Nonetheless, it's an RBI single for Motley. She advances to second on the throw. The Dolphins have tied the game again, and they now have the winning run over at third base. Still just one out, and Abby Morris now looking to be the hero of game number 2. Incredible. We saw last year the Dolphins in the baseball side walk it off on an error down the third base line. They are mere inches away from doing it here on the softball diamond. But now Abby Morris can walk it off here. A fly ball into the outfield could potentially win this one for CSI. Still just one out in the inning. The first pitch. Hit up the middle. Secondino has it. She throws to the third base. Not in time. Kaylee Carey gets back in safely, and the Dolphins have the bases loaded.
Now batting for the Dolphins, number 44, Rose Joseph.
Wow. Secondino made the right decision, was trying to get Carey on the rundown, got the throw in time to third base, and she just got back in safely. Bases loaded, still one out. The good thing for the Lions is that they will have a chance to get the force at the plate.
Pinch hitting for the Dolphins, number 14, Presley Bourne.
And how about this for Presley Bourne? She's going to pinch hit here for Rose Joseph with one out here in the inning. She started game 1 of the doubleheader, was replaced by Julia Del Masto late in that game. She now has a chance to be the hero here in game 2. Bases loaded, one out. A ground ball, the force will go to the plate. First pitch to Bourne. In the turf, and again Cepeda with a good stop. The count goes to 1-0. Count 1-0. And that one misses, 2-0. Right now, no room for error right here for Secondino. The bases are loaded. A walk would win this game for CSI. 2-0. Bourne hits that one foul. Count 2-1. The wind intensifying. The emotions of these two teams intensifying. 2-1 game. Or 2-1 count, excuse me. Make it now 3-1. The Dolphins are a ball away from walking it off here in game 2. The 3-1 from Secondino. In there for a called strike 2. The Dolphin dugout, the Fanatics thought that was the game. And how fitting. It's a full count. 3-2 here to Bourne. And she just got a piece of it. by the smallest of margins. Bourne just making contact with that last pitch. The count is still full at 3-2. She hits that one to left, but it's going foul. They have made Secondino work here in this inning. She is about to throw her 152nd pitch of this game. Count remains full. 3-2 again to Bourne. Chopped up the middle. Throw to the plate in time. Secondino makes the play. 2 gone. And it will be up to Soleil Smith now with 2 gone in the inning.
0-0, Soleil Smith.
Soleil Smith comes up with 2 gone. Bases are still loaded. The Dolphins calling time. We'll see if maybe they make a substitution or not. And it looks like there's maybe words to the Dolphin dugout. Soleil Smith trying to walk it off. Chopper to second. Savage plays it on the hop, throws it to first base. And this game will go to the 11th inning. We are once again knotted up. The Dolphins tie the game at 3, but are not able to bring home the winning run. We go to the 11th. We're knotted up at 3 apiece. Top of the 11th inning here at CSI Softball Complex. Another brand new ball game. It is 3-3. The Lions got the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th. The Dolphins tied the game back in the bottom of the 10th. And once again now, brand new base. I said it again, Steph. Brand new softball. I will never learn. As that one just chopped foul by Ruby Seaman at the plate. Count goes to 0-1. Just so used to saying baseball, but have to learn. Have to learn. At least I'm getting the turf right. At least I'm saying that now. I'm still learning. The 0-1 bunted, and it's fouled behind the plate, 0-2. For the Lions in this inning, we'll send up Seaman, followed by Savage, and then McGurk. 9-1-2. Not sure why music was playing. 0-2 on the outside, 1-2. Guess is as good as mine, Steph. Guess is as good as mine. Marina Grenier, meanwhile, is coming out for her 11th inning of work. She had 131 pitches in this game. 132. Misses high, 2-2. I'd be curious to see if Skylar Secondino comes out for a 11th inning of work. She's over 150 pitches in this game. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And despite being over 130 pitches in this game, Grenier has another punch out. That one in the turf for a ball, 1-0. That one chopped up the middle and into center field for another base hit. May Savage is on with a 1-out single. Go-ahead runner now on first base for the Lions. First pitch to Emily McGurk. In there for a strike, 0-1. McGurk has made some incredible plays on the defensive side today. She hits that one into right, and it is a long run for Morris out in right field. She makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Throw to first base, and you want to talk about luck. That one was a lucky play for CSI. Joseph threw the ball over to first base. Savage slid back in safely, but in the process, it was a low throw from Joseph. It hit off of Savage's cleat. If it did not hit off of her cleat, that one was going into right field. 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2. They throw it again to first base, and Savage is again back in safely. Megan Wagle is at the plate. She's 0 for 5 today. Is a strike away from an 0 for 6 night. She's behind the count 0-2. Grenier, meanwhile, looking for her potential 6th strikeout of this game. Count is 0-2. The 0-2. Drilled up the middle and past Carey's glove into center for a base hit. It's another 2-out hit for the Lions in this game. Megan Wagle extends the inning, and that will bring up Skylar Secondino now, looking to once again help her own cause. Secondino had a double her last time up. A base hit could give Molloy back the lead. First pitch to her. Hit up the middle. Carey is there. Will step on the bag at second, and that will do it here in the top half of the 11th inning. Lions strand 2 more runners here in the top of the 11th. We head to the home 11th here at the CSI Softball Complex. Do they have any more music on that music laptop? I guess we'll find out in the next couple of minutes. We're still knotted up at 3. Dolphins look to walk it off. Bottom of the 11th, 3-3 game. Mylene Mendoza leads it off. And to credit in the circle, it is Skylar Secondino out for an 11th inning of work. And she throws a first pitch strike 0-1. She has now thrown 160 pitches in this game. As that one misses for a ball 1-1. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out what my dinner plans are for the end of this game. Might have to make a trip to our wonderful sponsor, Buffalo Wild Wings, after this game. Had to throw a shameless plug in at some point in this game. That one's chopped to short. Throw it to first base is just in time as they get Mendoza for the first out of the inning. I'm sure if Joe is listening on his way home from Spark Hill, that he'll enjoy that shameless plug right there. As Julia Del Masso now comes up with 1 gone in the inning. Del Masso, it's back to the top of the Dolphin lineup. Hits that one the opposite way, but it's caught out in right field by Seaman, and there's now 2 gone.
Now batting number 12, Gianna Lopez.
Bring up Gianna Lopez now. 2 gone here in the home 11th. think that this doubleheader started with a very sunny day. It is almost pitch black. Lopez, left field, at the wall. It takes a one bounce off the wall. Lopez gets into second base with a 2-out double. She now represents the winning run, but she was mere inches away from a walk-off solo home run. And Madeline Paul, who walked it off in game 1, will now have a chance to walk it off in game 2. A base hit could win this game for CSI. Scriptwriter out there must be loving this sequence right here at this moment. As that one's fouled by Paul. Count goes to 0-1. Not have written a better script for what has been an incredible doubleheader today. And a good stop again by Cepeda. That one was a wild one on the outside corner, 1-1. Cepeda out for her 11th inning behind the plate, catching, after catching 8 in game 1. And again, has to go up for that one, 2-1. She has now caught 19 innings in these 2 games. The 2-1. Misses high, ball 3. And you can see Cepeda trying to tell Secondino, just calm down a little bit, but really tough to say that when you're throwing 165 pitches in this game. It's a 3-1 count. Misses high again, ball 4. It's a 2-out walk issued to Madeline Paul. Winning run remains over at second base. And Kaylee Carey now comes up. Carey was involved in a wild sequence back in the 10th. Laid down a bunt with a runner over at third. McGurk, the third baseman, thought it was a suicide squeeze, and Carey got a base hit and advanced to second base on the play. She's up early in this count, 1-0. Enter the game in the 9th inning as a defensive substitution. Now we'll try to walk it off. The 1-0. Misses, or maybe not misses. Wow. 1-1. That was okay. Steph wants an ABS challenge. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. Two on, 2 out. The 2-1. Foul behind the plate. 2-2. 2 on, 2 out. But now number 22 at the plate. It's number 21. Number 22, however, is on deck. The 2-2 to Carey. And again, down the right field line. Is it playable enough? It goes out of play, foul. Another at bat here for Carey. Another chance of a swing and a chance to walk it off. I believe this will be pitch number 170, or that last one was 170. So 170 for Secondino. Number 171, hit up the middle and threw for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring the winning run is Lopez. The Dolphins win it 4-3. Kaylee Carey came in as a defensive substitution in the 9th, and she walks it off in the 11th. The Dolphins win it 4-3. A marathon type of a game ends with a walk-off RBI single off the bat of Kaylee Carey. The junior delivers a huge hit to give CSI a 4-3 win, and for the second time today, they walk off the Lions and they complete the doubleheader sweep. It is now a 4-0 start to the conference season for the Dolphins. And for Molloy, they now drop to 0-2 on the year. What a doubleheader we just had today between these two teams. Final line tally for these two sides. The Lions 3 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. For the Dolphins, 4 runs on 12 hits, 3 errors. And it's Kaylee Carey that delivers the walk-off RBI single in the 11th to give CSI a 4-3 win over the Molloy University Lions as they complete the sweep of this doubleheader here tonight at the CSI Softball Complex. So before we wrap up tonight, we'll give you the quick rundown of our schedule for the remainder of the week. For baseball, they are on the road to Dobbs Ferry this week. They will take on Mercer University. All 4 of those games will be on the road. It will be road broadcast on Friday, 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday. As for CSI softball, we'll pull up their schedule in just a moment. For the remainder of this week, for softball, they're back in action here on Saturday. They'll take on the Saints of DeUville University in a doubleheader. First game at 12, second game around 2 o'clock. I should be on the call with my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman, for that game. We'll see if that is the case. But it's going to be a lengthy delay after we're done with that broadcast on Saturday. An incredible doubleheader, though, between these 2 teams. An incredible night. Daytime going into nighttime. The Dolphins walk it off. The final score, 4-3, here at the CSI Softball Complex. For Nicholas Pavona and for everyone here at CSI Sportsnet, we thank you for tuning in to today's coverage between the Dolphins and the Lions. The Dolphins go to a 4-0 start now in conference play. We'll see you back here at the Softball Diamond on Saturday, where the Dolphins take on the Saints. Have a great night, everybody.